Alex Cora talking about it earlier, and he's at plus 390 to record a home run. He's got two in his career off Jordan Montgomery, so I'm going to ride the hot hand and the career stats. I'm going to go with Devers to record a home run.
You could even parlay Terps to same game parlay Nerfy and Devers dong. Not
Just
bad.
hope it's not in the first inning.
Right. Yeah, save it, Devers. Second at bat through. Go ahead and hit a home run. Today's pitching matchup: Cutter Crawford versus Jordan Montgomery. It's sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Cutter Crawford 6-7 with a 4.26 ERA. That is both combined relief and as a starter. He's made a pile of starts this year. They've needed him to make a lot of starts. And we're talking to Lou earlier. I agree with him. Next year, there is a role for Crawford on this team somewhere. And ideally, for me, it's like the long man. He said he could be sort of that swing guy depending on injuries. But this offseason, they need to be aggressive and add multiple starters. So if you bring in two starters and then Bayo's a lock, there's three guys that should all be ahead of Crawford. And then it's, what are you doing with Whitlock? Do you even pencil Sale in? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but you need to sort of partner him with somebody else. And maybe it is Crawford. Maybe Crawford pitches all the games that Sale can't pitch, and then that ends up being, 20 starts or whatever else it is. Crawford going up against Jordan Montgomery, who is 9-11, but has a nice 3.47 ERA. Of course, started the year with the St. Louis Cardinals and then was traded over to the Rangers. And how about the Rangers pitching? I mean, they just have had the worst luck. Those guys are dropping like flies. They get Jacob deGrom, huge splash. He's pitching really, really well. Then he goes down for the year. They bring in Max Scherzer. He goes down for the year. Nathan Eovaldi has been really good for him, but he also has been missed a lot of time due to injury. And they also got Jordan Montgomery, who might end up being really, really important to him throughout the rest of the year. He's going to face a Sox lineup brought to you by Herb Chambers, New England's largest selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. HerbChambers.com. Cedar Rafaela on his 23rd birthday will lead off and play center field. Rafael Devers is at third base, batting second. Then Rob Refsnyder in left, Adam Duvall in right. Pablo Reyes bats fifth and will play short, as Trevor Story will be the DH tonight. Bobby Dahlbeck up from Worcester at first base, batting seventh. Dahlbeck, 30-plus home runs this year with the Woo Sox. Luis Urias, the second baseman, bats eighth, and Connor Wong behind the plate bats ninth. Time now for the Subaru of New England scoreboard. With so much to love, you don't want to miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. For complete details and to find your authorized Subaru retailer, visit SubaruofNewEngland.com. And as for the games going on right now, you have the Reds with a 4-1 lead on the Twins in the fifth. Mets up 1-0 on the Marlins in the fifth. White Sox and Nationals scoreless in the fourth. Phillies with a 3-1 lead on the Braves in the third. Brewers and Cardinals just underway and are scoreless. Good one in Houston tonight. Justin Verlander on the mound for the Astros against the Orioles. We mentioned that Mariners-A's game from Oakland. Michael Wacha on the mound for the Padres against the Rockies. And the Lance Lynn, Eduardo Rodriguez, Dodgers-Tigers game, first pitch at 10:10. And we had one final from this afternoon where the Royals beat the Guardians 6-4. All right, before we hand things off to Texas, let's take 10 seconds for station identification on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
All right, that'll do it for us. For our producer, Justin Turpin, I'm Rich Keefe. You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Will and Lou have the call of Red Sox and Rangers coming up next on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Proudly brought to you by Mass Mutual. Mass Mutual. Insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Did you know that Cumberland Farms actually invented coffee? Well, genius, that's the sort of thing you might believe when you forget your morning cup. Don't forget, Cumby's coffee, any size, just $1.29.
Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
Do you want to make a difference and contribute to public safety? The Rhode Island Department of Corrections is hiring. You'll receive a starting annual salary of $61,957 during training and an attractive benefits package upon appointment. If you're at least 18 years old, possess a high school diploma or GED, a valid social security card, take the first step toward a rewarding career. Visit apply.doc.ri.gov/careers. That's apply.doc.ri.gov/careers. An equal opportunity employer.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, here to tell you about my new podcast, Search Engine. On Search Engine, we tackle the kinds of questions that keep you up at night. Like, why are drug dealers putting fentanyl in everything? Should we be worried that Elon Musk believes that we're living in a simulation? And, for the love of God, is it actually unsafe to drink the coffee on airplanes? On Search Engine, no question is too big and no question is too small. Listen and follow Search Engine with PJ Vogt and Odyssey Podcast. Available now on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Football is back, and so is Cash the Ticket. Jim Costa with Mike Valeni every week this fall. That's picks, parlays, and that sweet, sweet value on all the NFL and college football matchups.
This is the most on-demand podcast of on-demand podcasts. Here's what I mean, and this is something we believe in. If you want to cry and moan, oh, my timeline, it's flooded, grow up. Okay, first world problems. Every game is going to be broken down. Why? Let me tell you as a podcast listener, I don't want to sit through 17 random games. This isn't a hostage situation. Your time is valuable. You want to hear about Miami versus Duke, but you don't want to sit through Boston College v. Tech. Great. Hey, I got an app for that. Scroll the timeline. We're giving you what you want, when you want it, and very distilled fashion.
We're catered to you and the teams you love. That's Cash the Ticket. Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Catch the Catches Law Power Hour every Wednesday morning at 9, featuring Sean McDonough and Devin McCourty. Catches is New England's personal injury pros, as well as being the official law firm of the New England Patriots. Injured? Get a free consult at catcheslaw.com.
The share it with a friend deal, even if that friend is yourself. Your McDonald's, your rules.
Now, you can buy a quarter pounder with cheese, Big Mac, 10-piece McNuggets, or a McCrispy sandwich and get another for $1. Get two of the same or mix and match.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Price and participation may vary. Single item at regular price. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Hey, it's Fourier. When it comes to heating and cooling, installation and repair, as well as home oil heating delivery, you can always depend on McFarland. And if you're an HVAC tech looking for a more satisfying career, McFarland Energy is now hiring HVAC techs for Greater Boston, the North Shore, and the Cape. McFarland provides cutting-edge training and is constantly growing. Lots of upside for good HVAC techs. Learn about McFarland's career opportunities and home heating and cooling solutions at McFarland Energy.
Football season is back, and BetQL is here to help you win more consistently this year. BetQL is an absolute game changer if you're looking to find trends to help you win. Make smarter bets on spreads, totals, player props, and more. BetQL has already helped over 300,000 people with powerful analytics and community insights. Don't fumble away your cash this football season. Visit BetQL.com for their free daily analysis today. That's BetQL.com. BetQL.com.
The Rich Keefe Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. This is...
And the Boston Red Sox are the world champions.
Red Sox Baseball.
And it is good! And Boston strong!
On the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
For the first time in 86 years.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh. Catches Law Group, New England's injury law pros at catcheslaw.com.
And it's gone!
Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Mass Mutual. Insurance, planning, investments. Sponsored by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Shop NissanUSA.com. Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipeline.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the booster seats.
Big Y World-Class Market. It's more than food. It's my Big Y. Buy cars for kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
Looking up, Grand Slam!
By Mike's Amazing, the official mayonnaise of the Boston Red Sox. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
We're going to drive to left field. There are a couple runs way gone.
Arbella, here for good. And by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Long gone into the monster seats.
Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Holy cow!
Sponsored by Sherwin-Williams. Savings and support start day one. Unlock the Pro Advantage at swproplus.com today. Sponsored by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Lou Merlone.
Good evening from under the roof at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas, the home of the Rangers, as we kick off a 3-game series with the Texas Ball Club that right now is in the third wild card spot in the American League. Red Sox will hand the baseball tonight to Cutter Crawford, and he will be opposed on the other side by the man the Rangers made a big splash for at the trade deadline, the left-hander Jordan Montgomery. The Rangers 1 game clear of the Seattle Mariners, even in spite of a 3-game sweep at the hands of the Cleveland Guardians. This has been an enigmatic up and down couple of weeks for the Rangers. It seems like the wild card race changes every single day, with some teams hot, others cold, and right now the Rangers desperate to get these 3 games from the Red Sox. Will Fleming and Lou Merlone high above the playing surface at Globe Life Field. And Lou, the Red Sox will get their look at Jordan Montgomery, a guy they're very familiar with from his time with the New York Yankees. The Rangers really need these games, and they get 2 enormous pieces back into their lineup here today.
Yeah, you get Josh Young and you're going to get Adolis Garcia, both these guys back in the lineup, which has been a lot of injuries. Talk about some of the injuries this team has withstood, and offensively they haven't been the same. They get a couple of big bats back into that lineup. And you also, you get some of these guys like Jordan Montgomery out here right now. To be honest with you, this is a guy that kind of really grew on me. When I first saw him, I'm like, he didn't blow me away at all. And it's really because you don't appreciate the way this guy goes out and pitches. And he's a guy that I wanted the Red Sox to get involved with. He's a guy this winter I wouldn't mind him getting involved with, because he just knows how to throw the ball, sinker, changeup, curveball. He'll sink it on you at 93, 94. It's, again, another big series for your opponent that you're playing here.
Jordan Montgomery threw a ton of sinkers in his last start against Toronto, 7 shut innings. Other than that, a lot of his time here in Texas, he has not been very good. The Red Sox hope to get to him here today. Will Venable is out at home plate. He is exchanging the lineup cards with Ramon Vasquez. It is so good to see Will Venable and Bruce Bochy, the manager of these Rangers, good friend of yours and mine. And Boch has got this ball club right now in a playoff spot, Lou. I don't know quite what to make of this wild card race. We just saw the Toronto Blue Jays. I was not impressed with them. The Mariners have all this pitching, but they have not hit lately, even with Julio Rodriguez. And then you got these Texas Rangers. But yeah, they get the 2 big pieces back. They've scored a ton of runs. They've got Simeon. They've got Seager. They get Garcia and Young back. I mean, on paper, there's a lot to like about this Texas club.
Yeah, there is. I mean, offensively, we saw them earlier in the year. Sox took 2 out of 3 from them, but the stretches, and Red Sox fans are aware of this, with their own team, but all of a sudden, out of nowhere, in about mid-August, this team just sort of lost 8 straight. Then they came back and they win 5 of 6. And then they lose, 6 of 7, before they go out and win 6 straight, and then they get swept again this weekend. This is just the way it's been.
Isn't it
for
amazing?
This team. You can't figure them out.
10 series since the All-Star break. All have been sweeps. They've been swept, and they've swept 5 times. It's incredible, the up-and-down nature. Time now for the Morgan & Morgan starting lineups, brought to you by America's largest personal injury law firms. It is a totally different look for the Red Sox. It is not only because of the left-hander Jordan Montgomery on the mound, but they are given some regulars the night off here in Texas. There's no Verdugo, no Yoshida, and no Justin Turner. There is Cedon Rafaela. He leads it off. He's in center field. And then Rafi Devers, who tied the game with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the 9th yesterday. He is the now named American League Player of the Week. He's at third base and he bats second. Rob Refsnyder is going to be in the 3-hole out in left field, the left-handed killer. Refsnyder bats third. He's in left. Adam Duvall has really scuffled offensively. He's in right field. He cleans up. He's 1 for his last 29 with 18 strikeouts. Meantime, Pablo Reyes is going to see a bunch of the field, I think, in this series. In Texas, he is the shortstop tonight, and he bats fifth. Trevor Story in his home state, not at all far from where he grew up. Trevor is the designated hitter tonight, and he bats sixth. Bobby Dahlbeck, the first baseman, bats seventh. Luis Urias is the second baseman, batting eighth, and Connor Wong, he bats ninth. Those are your Morgan & Morgan starting lineups, brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. For the Rangers, we told you that Garcia and Young return. What a 1-2 punch up top for Bruce Bochy and the Rangers, who come in today 82-67. That's still the fifth best record in the American League, even though, as Lou told you, they've been so streaky, especially in the second half. For Texas, Semien, the second baseman, then Seager, the shortstop. They combined to make, over the time of their contracts, literally almost $500 million, and the two of them really have lived up to expectations this season. Daniel Lowe is the first baseman. He bats third. Mitch Garver, the DH, cleans up. Young returns. He's at third base, batting fifth. Garcia in there in right field, batting sixth. Jonah Heim, another one of the underrated offensive catchers in the game. He is behind the plate catching Montgomery. He bats seventh. Leody Taveras is in center field, batting eighth. And Evan Carter is in the 9-hole, and he is in left field. Montgomery's ready to go. Heim's throw goes down. It is a good crowd to welcome this Ranger club back. The Rangers have got 7 games remaining with the Seattle Mariners. Team they're fighting not only in the division but in the wild card hunt. They'll have Seattle here over the weekend and then close their season in Anaheim and Seattle. Here's Ceddanne Rafaela, a right-handed hitter. He digs in. Jordan Montgomery, out of that abbreviated wind, he throws, and Rafaela swings and misses at a curveball, and it's 0-1.
As that first pitch curveball, that one was 79. It'll be there from 79 to 90, or 80 rather. Sinker, changeup. It's kind of 3 pitches he lives with.
Here's the 0-1 to Rafaela. Swing and a miss. Another curveball. He doubles up, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, we were talking before the game with Rich Keith. That's one thing I was wondering about Rafaela's. And I think he's shown pretty well that he can handle. He's done a nice job here offensively, but I wondered if pitchers would go out and just not throw him strikes and see if he can lay off of them. So far, Montgomery's come out and thrown 2 curveballs down out of the zone, and he's gone after both.
Ceddanne, 16 for his first 50 in the big leagues. He's looked good. 0-2. Montgomery, big, tall left-hander throws, and Ceddanne takes a ball. There have been entire at-bats, though, in which Rafaela has not seen a strike.
Well, Montgomery starts this game off with 3 slow curveballs. All of them in the same spot, just that Rafaela was able to lay off that one.
1-2 to Ceddanne. Montgomery throws, and Rafaela takes high. Fastball. And it's 2-2. These fans are into it here tonight.
Yeah, there's not that many. Like, I'm really surprised. This place half empty, but I'll tell you, they're loud.
They're into it. 2-2. Just underway. Montgomery throws, and Rafaela drives one high down the right field line, carrying pretty well. In and over comes Garcia, and in foul territory, he's there to make the play. There's about 4 feet of dirt between the line and the final section of seats. That's where that ball landed. Rafaela gave it a ride, but he is gone. And there's one down for Rafi Devers. The home plate umpire tonight is C.B. Bucknor. There's no other way to say it. He's one of the absolute worst balls and strikes umpires in the game. He's had a rough 2023. Here is Devers. Pitch to him is inside for a ball. 4 homers this week, 33 on the season. Going around, I think, saluting the Ranger defensive players in the same way they do at Yankee Stadium. The 1-0 to Devers is on the ground and into left field. That's a base hit. Carter comes in on it, and Rafi stays hot. He is aboard with the Red Sox first base hit.
Yeah, it was funny. We were talking to C.J. Nikowski, who does the games for the Rangers, former Big East, St. John's. We don't like bringing that up. But he was asking about Devers getting going hot. Obviously, named AL Player of the Week. And I said that, commitment to the left field. And that's where the hits are coming into. And, by the way, now he's hitting some home runs as well. drawing some walks, just kind of staying on the baseball, taking what the pitcher gives him.
It is the Texas equivalent of the bleacher creatures. They're shouting out Marcus Semien now. He points out to right field. That's kind of a copycat act as Rob Refsnyder takes strike one on the inside corner.
Very original.
And now they're saying MVP to Corey Seager. It is 0-1 to Rob Refsnyder. The pitch is on the ground towards short. Seager circles around to the second for one. Relay to first. 2 double play. Inning over. Devers gets a knock, but Refsnyder ends it with a double play. Nicely done for Montgomery and these raucous Ranger fans. Bottom one, scoreless. Next, Cutter Crawford to the mound of the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Did you know that Cumberland Farms actually invented coffee? Well, genius, that's the sort of thing you might believe when you forget your morning cup. Don't forget, Cumby's coffee, any size, just $1.29.
Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
It's the final days of summer. Don't let the sun set on your chance to drive home your dream car. Hurry into Flood Ford for limited time offers on new or pre-owned vehicles. Save as much as $14,000 off MSRP on a new Ford with 3.9% APR. Looking to trade? We're offering the highest trade-in values ever. Don't miss your chance to drive home your brand new Ford or pre-owned vehicle during the final days of summer event. Visit us in East Greenwich or Narragansett or online at floodauto.com.
Football is back, and so is Cash the Ticket. Jim Costa with Mike Valeni every week this fall. That's picks, parlays, and that's sweet, sweet value on all the NFL and college football matchups.
This is the most on-demand podcast of on-demand podcasts. Here's what I mean, and this is something we believe in. If you want to cry and moan, oh, my timeline, it's flooded, grow up. Okay, first world problems. Every game is going to be broken down. Why? Let me tell you as a podcast listener, I don't want to sit through 17 random games. This isn't a hostage situation. Your time is valuable. You want to hear about Miami versus Duke, but you don't want to sit through Boston College v Tech. Great. Hey, I got an app for that. Scroll the timeline. We're giving you what you want, when you want it, and very distilled fashion.
We're catered to you and the teams you love. That's Cash the Ticket. Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, this is Tristan Casas. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Marcus Semien to lead it off against Cutter Crawford and the Red Sox. No scores. Semien having another big offensive season. 24 homers, 89 driven in. Struggling a little bit of late. Right-handed hitter. Cutter into his windup. He throws, and Semien crushes one high and deep to left field. It is back, and it is gone. A leadoff homer for Marcus Semien, and the Rangers strike right away. They lead 1-0.
Semien not waiting around. The first pitch, four-seam fastball at 91 from Cutter Crawford. Kind of usually see that fastball live at around that 94 range, but 91 down and in. Semien looking to just ambush on that first pitch. Low line drive. Smokes this ball.
Right here now, Corey Seager. Left-handed slugger rips one foul outside the first base line. That is strike one. Seager having an absolutely enormous season. 31 homers, 92 RBIs, leading the league with a .337 batting average. 0-1. He pops it up into shallow left field. Back going to go Devers and Pablo. In comes Refsnyder and Pablo Reyes. The pop-up priority. It's there to make the play. 1 down.
See Crawford here out of the gate. First pitch to Seager was 90-mile-an-hour four-seamer. And this is, you got to give Cutter Crawford a ton of credit for what he was this year for this team. Yep. I mean, you had Paxton, you had Bayo, you had Cutter. You know, and then obviously Pivetta got going. So they relied on him every fifth day to take the ball and to go out there and give him a chance to win. He did that for the most part.
Here's Nathaniel Lowe, left-hander with a lot of power. He takes a strike on the outside corner.
But you got to start to wonder. I think it's starting to catch up to him, just kind of wearing down. We saw it last year in September. Just ask a lot from him. They have all year long.
The velocity is way down. The pitch to Lowe here is a ball. And one of the things, Lou, the number one thing that made Cutter so effective was swing and miss on that four-seam fastball, and that has stopped happening.
It has. It's no longer swing and miss. It's a foul back. or it's put in play.
Here's a 1-1, and it is high and away, 92-mile-an-hour heater, and it's 2-1.
It's a lot like Pax. You know, these guys both relied on a very elite fastball as far as whiff rate, swing and miss, spin. They relied on that fastball. And for both of them,
here's a pitch that's lined into left field, a base hit. Cutter went with a cutter and low. Loops one into the outfield.
Seeing both these guys kind of with that fastball relied on it. And as the season has gone, obviously for James Paxton, season is now over, but we saw that fastball wasn't as effective as it once was. I just feel like Cutter now is battling here in these last few starts and here tonight already, trying to find something else to attack these guys with.
Reaching a real innings limit for him. 143 innings in the minor leagues in 2018, but he's getting close to that this year. 1 on, 1 out, a run in for Mitch Garver, right-hander. The DH tonight, he takes a cut fastball. 4 strike 1. This year, Cutter 6-7 with a 4.26 ERA. 112 innings coming in, 16 homers, 114 strikeouts. A very good strikeout rate, but again, that has diminished. 0-1 is fouled off the mask of Connor Wong. And straight back, and it's 0-2. We got started just a little bit behind the schedule. 7:07. And it's 74 beautiful degrees under the roof here at Globe Life. Time and temp brought to you by Window Nation. Protect and increase the value of your home. Window Nation.
Garver up in that 4th spot. Struggling a little bit lately. He's 0 for 8 his last 4. Or 1 for 15, I should say, his last 4. Still having a good year for them.
Double play depth behind Cutter. 0-2. The pitch is just low and outside. Sweeper, they call it. Cutter does not have one of those, but it's 1-2.
Yeah, they combine sweeper and slider. He just throws one breaking ball, one slider, I should say, with the knuckle curve, cutter, fastball. We'll show you a lot of it, even that split.
1-2. That swung on and missed. That was really nice. A slider, and Garver is gone.
That's a good one there from Cutter, and I think that's where he's going to have to live. You know, we saw this from Sale the other day. Didn't really have the fastball. He's got the slider, cutter, split to kind of maneuver through a lineup and show the fastball, and that's where he's going to have to adjust to, I think.
Josh Young returns. Fractured finger on a ground ball that he took. Here's the pitch to him. And that misses outside for ball 1. He hadn't played since August the 6th. Treated with a huge ovation as he stands in. 1-0 Rangers in the first. This kid, a local boy born in San Antone. Right-handed hitter with 22 homers, and he takes outside. Before his injury, he very much was in the conversation with Gunnar Henderson and Tristan Casas as a real candidate for the Rookie of the Year. Breakout campaign for him. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 down in the first. Cutter throws, and that misses outside. Fastball, ball 3.
Yeah, Young went off, didn't he, in the month of April and May. Kind of left both those months as the obvious front runner. Struggled a little bit in June, fell off a little in July, and then the injury happened, and Gunnar Henderson sort of took off.
3-0, and that is in there strike. When he went down onto the IL, he had the 6th most homers in the American League. Yeah, a really good lineup, top to bottom, do these Rangers, and it sure helps to have this guy back and the man on deck, Adolis Garcia. 3-1. Leading at first, held by Dahlbeck. The pitch is high in the air into left field, but it'll hang up for Rob Refsnyder about 15 feet in front of the track. He drifts to his left. He's there, and he makes the play. Now Semien leads it off with a bomb, and then Cutter settles down. 1-0 Rangers after 1 on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Did you know that Cumberland Farms actually invented coffee? Well, genius, that's the sort of thing you might believe when you forget your morning cup. Don't forget, Cumby's coffee, any size, just $1.29.
Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
Football season is finally back, and BetQL is here to help you win more consistently this year. BetQL is an absolute game changer if you're looking to find trends to help you win. Make smarter bets on spreads, totals, player props, and more. BetQL has already helped over 300,000 people with powerful analytics and community insights. Don't fumble away your cash this football season. Visit BetQL.com for their free daily analysis today. That's BetQL.com. BetQL.com.
The CDC estimates that 1 in 36 children have autism, meaning teachers are needed now more than ever. The New England Center for Children can help you establish an impactful career and gain hands-on experience helping children with autism live more independent lives. NECC staff can also earn a free graduate degree in ABA or related field. NECC is currently hiring autism teachers and behavior technicians for its day and residential programs. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses. Visit necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
Football is back, and so is Cash the Ticket. Jim Costa with Mike Valeni every week this fall. That's picks, parlays, and that's sweet, sweet value on all the NFL and college football matchups.
This is the most on-demand podcast of on-demand podcasts. Here's what I mean, and this is something we believe in. If you want to cry and moan, oh, my timeline, it's flooded, grow up. Okay, first world problems. Every game is going to be broken down. Why? Let me tell you as a podcast listener. I don't want to sit through 17 random games. This isn't a hostage situation. Your time is valuable. You want to hear about Miami versus Duke, but you don't want to sit through Boston College v. Tech. Great. Hey, I got an app for that. Scroll the timeline. We're giving you what you want, when you want it, and very distilled fashion.
We're catered to you and the teams you love. That's Cash the Ticket. Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Adam Duvall in a real offensive rut to lead it off against Jordan Montgomery in the top of the second. The lefty throws. Duvall swings and misses. Been a lot of that lately on a 92-mile-an-hour sinker. Duvall won for his last 29 with 18 strikeouts. Oof. That on the heels of a 14-game stretch when he belted 8 home runs. 0-1. Montgomery throws, and Duvall chops one weakly down the first base line, out of play, and it's 0-2.
We've seen a lot of that, right? Change up out of the zone, down and away, going after fishing. One of the reasons why Alex Cora felt like this guy was going to get hot when we went down to Houston, and he did, was the fact that he was seeing the ball well, that he was taking off-speed pitches, and now you see him kind of going out and getting those off-speed pitches. That one hit was that hanging curveball from Ryu the other day that doubled in Toronto. Lefty curveball up coming at him.
19 homers, 52 driven in. 0-2 from Montgomery. Here's the pitch. And it's taken outside. A sinking fastball, 1-2. This is an unbelievable stat. In the last 2 seasons, Jordan Montgomery has issued a total of 3 walks to left-handed hitters in 2 seasons.
That's amazing.
No Verdugo, no Yoshida, no Casas. More on him in a moment. 1-2, swing and a miss. He got him with a curveball. And Duvall is Montgomery's first strikeout victim. Here, Pablo Reyes, who tonight is in the Safelite Autoglass part of the order. Red Sox batters 3 through 6 hit a homer. Safelite donates $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. 14 career starts against the Red Sox. 1-2 with a 3.95 is Montgomery. The pitch to Pablo is a little looper on the right side, popped up toward first. Low is there, and on one pitch, Pablo is gone.
You know, this is the guy. This is the kind of guy, Montgomery. He's not going to light up any, radar guns. He's going to fade the ball away from you at 93 to get righties to be out in front of it. Little change up, slow breaking ball. This is the type of pitching approach that plays as you get older. He's going to be 30 years old, be 31 next year, be a free agent. This is the kind of guy I'd feel pretty good about giving him 3, 4, 5-year deal and pitching into those mid-30s.
Here's Trevor Story back in Texas. He takes strike 1 from Montgomery. Cardinals offloaded this left-hander with so many other pieces at the deadline. Texas was aggressive. They got Montgomery and Scherzer. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Another curve. You got that pitch going, and it's 0-2. We are just a few miles away from Trevor's hometown of Irving, Texas. He's got undoubtedly family and friends in the building. 2 down, 0-2 to Trevor Story. Rangers leading at 1-0. Montgomery's ready. He throws. And Trevor swings and misses at a curveball. Montgomery, too easy there. That's 3 up, 3 down, a couple of punch outs. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Rangers in the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
You can forget your password or your keys. You can even forget your kids.
Dad?
But one thing you don't forget is delicious Cumberland Farms coffee.
Just $1.29. Any size, any way you like it. Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
If you or someone you know are having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call or text 988, or you can chat with us at 988lifeline.org. Trained crisis counselors are available to listen, support, and help. The 988 Lifeline is confidential, it's free, and it's available 24/7. And 988 can be for personal use or for a loved one you may be worried about who needs crisis support. Help is available. Speak with a crisis counselor today.
Did you know that LASIK only takes minutes, with most patients back to normal activities the next day? So book your consultation at TLC Laser Eye Centers now. Right now at TLC Laser Eye Centers, get $1,000 off LASIK when treated in September. That's $500 off per eye. Visit TLCoffer.com. That's TLCoffer.com. The doctor's choice for LASIK. Must mention this promotion and be treated in September of 2023 to qualify. $1,000 off for both eyes on standard wavelight price. $500 off for one eye. Cannot be combined with any other offers. See details at TLCoffer.com.
Gresh and Fourier, weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Adolis Garcia back off the IL is going to lead it off for the Rangers against Cutter Crawford. What a huge year he's had. 34 homers, 100 driven in. He swings and fouls the first pitch fastball straight back. And it's 0-1. Another guy that John Mozeliak and the St. Louis Cardinals just moved on from. Randy Arozarena and so many others recently. Become a great player down here. The 0-1 is swung on a miss, and it's 0-2 to Adolis Garcia.
Some of those guys that have been, imagine him and Arozarena in your lineup with, by the way, a couple other guys, Zach Gallen and Sandy Alcantara. They were also traded away.
For 1 year of Marcell Ozuna, the 0-2 swing and a miss. He got him, did Cutter. That's more like it right there. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. And there's one away.
Yeah, that was the good fastball up. We shouldn't have it in that first inning. Maybe paid the price in that one pitch, but 93-94 on top of the zone to Garcia. Nice job finishing him off.
Here now is Jonah Heim, left-handed hitting catcher, 17 homers, 85 driven in. Cutter throws, and he misses just outside. That should have been a strike. Called the ball by C.B. Buckner. I believe we'll be saying a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, C.B. Buckner's awful. I mean, there's no way around it behind the dish. He's just not very good, and hopefully he can just stink a little.
1-0 is high and outside. It's sad to say it in the modern age with all the technology we have. You really just come to a game that he's umpiring and hope he doesn't materially impact the outcome of the game.
Right. Hernandez.
2-0. Here's a swing and a miss at a fastball 2-1. I think these guys are top of the heap in terms of most mistakes made. CB and Angel. 1-0 Rangers. On down bases empty in the second inning. Pitch to Heim is a little bit high, and it's 2-1.
I see 94 now here from Cutter on top of the zone. Fastball playing a little bit more based on the reaction of the hitter. It's nice to see.
3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swinging a hard ground ball to first. Dahlbeck has it. He will take it himself. To the bag, and they're 2 down. Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer. Every Red Sox strikeout this year. Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Now with 2 outs, here comes Leody Taveras. Alex Cora told us today that Tristan Casas will need one more opinion, one more set of images taken. And he's got that sore right shoulder that he will not return this season. No reason to push it. Here's Leody Taveras, and he takes a curveball in there for strike 1. Alex did tell me in his office before the game that if the Red Sox were right in the thick of a race, he thinks Casas would probably push through it and play. So that's encouraging. The 0-1 is swung and a miss. They do not think, Lou, that it's any kind of a long-term concern.
Well, I mean, it is important for a young kid to kind of, after his first big league year, to just sort of relax his body a little bit. Got a better understanding of what you need to do year 2. to get your body ready for a full season, and you certainly don't want to have to rehab something for 2 or 3 months before that.
0-2 is high. Alex Cora has said this a few times lately, that the staff here convinced Tristan to tweak just a couple of things about his routine. Pre-game, he said he's stubborn in a good way. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. That's stubborn in a good way, too, from Crawford. He blows him away. 2 strikeouts in the second. We go to the third, 1-0 Rangers in the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
When your celebration of life is prepaid in advance, it becomes a gift from you to your family later, because no one should have to plan for a loss while they're experiencing one. Paying in advance protects your loved ones and gives you the peace of mind you deserve. Let us help you plan every detail with professionalism and compassion. We're your local Dignity Memorial provider. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
The New England Center for Children, a global leader in autism education and research, is hiring teachers of all experience levels. Whether you're a recent college graduate or an experienced professional looking for a change, NECC can help you establish or grow a career gaining hands-on experience working with children with autism and helping them live more independent lives. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses, and staff can earn a free graduate degree in ABA or a related field. Visit NECC today at necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
Did you know that Cumberland Farms actually invented coffee? Well, genius, that's the sort of thing you might believe when you forget your morning cup. Don't forget, Cumby's coffee, any size, just $1.29.
Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Bobby Dahlbeck to lead it off for the Red Sox in the top of the third inning in Texas. Dahlbeck, Urias, and Wong in the Herb Chambers batting order. Red Sox trailing the Rangers 1-0. Good to see Bobby back with the big league club. He singled in 3 at-bats yesterday. Wilyer Abreu is day-to-day after crashing into the center field wall in the last play of the game yesterday in Toronto. Bobby D, the right-hander, takes a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Just an enormous season down at AAA for Bobby. He has said openly he did not expect to be back in the big leagues with the Red Sox. 0-1, the pitch is a strike. Probably didn't have to be. Curveball, now a changeup actually. And it's now 0-2 to Dahlbeck.
Well, it goes back to the whole, you're only allowed 2 guys up in September. And if that's the case, is other guys. If you went maybe 3 or 4 more players, he'd probably be a candidate for a guy to come up September 1.
0-2 is softly fouled on the third base side.
Especially with Turner sort of dealing with that issue with his heel. They would have loved to have brought him up here, maybe give him that, that right-handed start at first base once in a while, right, for Tristan Casas, or just a right-handed bat off the bench with power. But you're limited to only 2 players. One's going to be a pitcher. The other one seemed to be Rafaela.
0-2 to Dahlbeck. The pitch is lined into right field. That's a base hit. Nice short stroke for Dahlbeck, and he is aboard to begin this third inning. I give him so much credit, Lou, and I give Justin Turner and David Ortiz and Trevor Story, all of whom have stayed in contact with Dahlbeck. He went down there, not easy at all, after all the opportunity. Had to wonder whether his chance would ever come again, and he just kept working.
Yeah, no, that's... You need to feel sorry for yourself. You can go up and play baseball and hit some bombs and try to show people what you can do down in AAA, and that's what he did.
Here's Luis Urias, right-handed hitter, and he takes a strike on another Montgomery curveball, and it's 0-1. That is the end of the Safelite Auto Glass part of the order. Remember, when Red Sox batters 3 through 6 hit a homer, Safelite donates $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. 0-1 to Urias, down to 184. Montgomery throws, and Luis swings and misses. Really good changeup. He's had a lot of 0-2 counts as Montgomery.
Yeah, he's getting ahead of everybody throwing strikes. But, back to Bobby, basically you got another 10, 12 games. You're going to be out there every day at first base. Show the game of baseball what you can and can't do. Maybe if the opportunity won't be here for your team, it'll be here for somebody else next year.
Millar is opining on the TV side, probably about the great state of Texas. In this massive ballpark. Standing up just to our right. 0-2 to Urias. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with another changeup. And Jordan Montgomery with 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's got a good changeup. I think they're also showing Kevin Millar about how high you are. Listen, I think this is my first time in this ballpark. It is gorgeous. It is instantly, right away, put in my top 5.
Really?
It's fantastic.
Wow.
I love this place.
Wow.
But we're really high.
We are.
Like, not Washington high, but really high.
And a little off center, too. It's kind of hard to see where things are going. Here's Connor Wong, Texan man. Pitch to him. Bounces a curveball in front of the plate. That is ball 1. They got the roof closed. It's a hot and muggy night. That's why they moved just across the way. Their old place was not in bad shape. They just needed a roof for the summer in Texas. And I think this summer in particular, probably thrilled they had it when they went on a run of like 35 days in a row of 100 degrees or more. 1-0 to Connor Wong with Dahlbeck leading by more over at first now. He's running. Pitch is swung on and line foul. A hit and run, I guess. Out of play, and it's 1-1. Dahlbeck had that bag stolen all the way.
That's one thing you forget about. Bobby D can run. He's a good athlete. Some earlier this year playing a little bit of shortstop. Maybe you want to keep him away from there, even though it's not his fault. He went out there and still tried to do the job and was okay, but he can run for a big fella.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. 1-0 Texas. Get to the league leaders in a moment. Brought to you by Trains by James. Here's a pitch that is lined to third, caught. Dahlbeck is off of first, but he's back to the bag standing. And they're 2 down. I think there's a real chance that some teams will pick up the phone and inquire about Dahlbeck in the offseason. And whoever comes over to run the baseball ops department, I think might well be inclined to give him a new life in a new spot. Here's Ceddanne Rafaela.
Seems like it, right? It's at that point where, all right, if it's not going to be here, maybe try to find a home for him somewhere else.
2 down for Rafaela. He swings over the top of a curveball. He just has not looked good against Montgomery's breaking ball. The Rangers are everywhere on the league leaders. Seager, the top batting average. Yoshida, the 6th best. Justin Turner, 10th best batting average at 281. Semien at 171 hits. Second only to Julio Rodriguez with 174. 0-1 to Rafaela. Swing and a miss. He missed that curveball by 10 feet, and it's 0-2.
Boy, that was just fastball all the way.
Well, why would he see any other pitch than that right here?
He really shouldn't. This ball, I would say, hit the dirt, I don't know, a couple feet in front of home plate. And that's all he has seen kind of in a couple of at-bats. He did see that fastball up, almost like a show me, but
0-2. Dahlbeck leading at first. Thinking about running again. Montgomery looks that way and throws, and Ceddanne takes curveball in the dirt. 1-2. This is a good spot, even with the left-hander on the mound. I mean, Montgomery's got a good pickoff move. He's staring right at Dahlbeck, but the old adage. 2 strike, 2 out. Leadoff man up there. Why not?
Well, especially with a guy right now that you feel like he's going to show him nothing but off-speed pitches. And if you lay off that curveball in the dirt, that's a really good pitch to go on, obviously. Take a shot here.
1-0 Rangers in the third. The pitch is looped foul on the first base side. You know, as so much more comes out in the aftermath of the decision to move on from Chaim Bloom, you think back to last year with Franchi Cordero playing at first base, and this year with Bobby Dahlbeck playing at shortstop, making a misplay in the first inning. Some of those optic moments, I do think, added up. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ceddanne Rafaela. 1-0 Rangers. Bobby's got a bigger lead now, leaning to second and not going. The pitch is swung on and missed, a curveball, and Rafaela waved way over the top of it. He is gone, and so are the Red Sox. Dahlbeck, a leadoff hit, and then nothing more for the Sox. 1-0 Texas. Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
You can forget your password or your keys. You can even forget your kids.
Dad?
But one thing you don't forget is delicious Cumberland Farms coffee.
Just $1.29. Any size, any way you like it. Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
Si tiene pensamientos suicidas o una crisis mental o por consumo de sustancias, hay consejeros a su disposición. Llame o envíe un texto al 988 o chatee con nosotros en 988liveline.org. 988 significa ayuda para la salud mental.
In the time it takes to listen to this commercial, half a garbage truck worth of plastic enters the ocean.
Join us in taking a deep look beneath the surface of the ocean plastic crisis. Now open, the Blue Paradox will immerse visitors in a mesmerizing underwater world designed to inspire real change. See the ocean plastic crisis like you've never seen before, only at the Museum of Science and Industry. The ocean has reached a tipping point. Have you? Go to msichicago.org for more details.
Did you know that LASIK only takes minutes, with most patients back to normal activities the next day? So book your consultation at TLC Laser Eye Centers now. Right now at TLC Laser Eye Centers, get $1,000 off LASIK when treated in September. That's $500 off per eye. Visit TLCoffer.com. That's TLCoffer.com. The doctor's choice for LASIK. Must mention this promotion and be treated in September of 2023 to qualify. $1,000 off for both eyes on standard wavelight price. $500 off for one eye. Cannot be combined with any other offers. See details at TLCoffer.com.
El programa piloto de tarifa gratuita para la airline de Ripta finaliza el 30 de octubre. A partir del 1 de octubre, los pasajeros deben pagar la tarifa completa en todos los autobuses de la airline de la Autoridad de Transporte Público de Rhode Island. Pague su tarifa Ripta con una tarjeta inteligente Wave, la aplicación móvil Wave o con $2 en efectivo. El 1 de octubre tenga lista su tarifa de autobús cuando aborde la airline. Para obtener más información visite ripta.com. Gracias por abordar Ripta.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Left-handed hitting Evan Carter leads it off for the Rangers in the bottom of the third. Texas leads 1-0, and a curveball from Cutter Crawford is in there for strike one. Newcomer to the big leagues is Evan Carter, and he's had a great start to his career. He looks at a fastball outside from Crawford, and it's 1-1. 10 games with the Rangers since being promoted. 7 for 25 with a homer and a double. He swings and fouls a fastball into Wong's mitt, and it's 1-2.
Top prospect in the organization, according to MLB Pipeline, was a top 10 prospect in all of baseball. Split time between AA and AAA this year.
1-2. The pitch is a little outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Both splitting time between 288. Had 13 homers, 17 doubles, 26 stolen bases. Had 81 walks.
2-2 is swung on and missed. He got him with a fastball. That sounds like a pretty appealing package. But Crawford gets him. He has struck out 3 of the last 4 hitters. And now here's Semien, who led off the first with a homer.
Yeah, all of a sudden Cutter right now feels like he's got his fastball again. Right? Like, yeah, first inning, he really struggled with it. We said, okay, you got to find some other things to get guys out with. But the last 4 or 5 hitters, here comes 93, 94, top of the zone.
Here's a pitch to Semien. That is a cutter. Called a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Subaru of New England's scoreboard will keep our eyes on everything going on out of town, particularly as it relates to these Texas Rangers, as Semien takes a slider outside. It's 1-1. The Mariners are in Oakland tonight. That's a good break for Seattle. Again, these teams play 7 more times, Texas and Seattle. 1-1. Just outside.
Yeah, they got the Angels in between, I believe, right? At the end of the year, Seattle, Angels, Seattle. Angels a little bit of a mess, but going right down to that final week, final series.
2-1. Fouled back. So much to love. You don't want to miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. For complete details, to find your authorized retailer, visit SubaruofNewEngland.com. So the Blue Jays are off today. Tomorrow in New York. Start is set with the Yanks. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is high. Slider that missed. Orioles have a 2-game lead in the American League East. And neither the O's nor the Rays play tonight. Tomorrow, Baltimore begins a set in Houston. 3-2. Swing and a foul on the first base side.
Well, I got to mention, I like this place, but I'll say this. I'll knock it down a little bit. I don't live in an out-of-town scoreboard. This tiny little thing here down right field, left field lines. Very tiny. Can't even read it from here because I'm too far up.
Yeah.
First off.
There's another one on the banner board right in straightaway center field, too. 3-2 to Semien. Pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Cutter got it going. 5 punch-outs, 2 down.
Oh, hello. It's funny. You sit there in the first inning, and it was 90-91, and that kind of goes throughout that dugout. Like, hey, he doesn't have his fastball today, right? He doesn't have it. He's expect cutters, sliders, changeups. He's going to approach us differently. And ever since the first, it's like he's flipped it, saying, no, actually, here it is, 94.
Encouraging to see. Here's Corey Seager. Takes a pitch low for ball 1. In a world without Shohei Ohtani, I think Seager'd probably win the American League MVP.
Yeah, he has been fantastic. I think it was September 1st when he first qualified for this batting average title, which he's going to win. Batting title.
1-0 is fouled straight back.
There's a few. We talk about Kyle Tucker. We were out in Houston. The year that he's putting together. But this kid here is fantastic. He's missed some time. 336, 31 bombs, 92 RBIs.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a foul. I mean, it's for all the great things the Dodgers have done. Hard to figure that this guy wouldn't feature and factor into their long-term plans.
We praise the Dodgers for how they go about their business. I don't know. Let this guy go. He's pretty good in that lineup.
1-2 is a little low with a slider. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They could also have Yordan Alvarez, but they traded him for Josh Fields. I guess you can't have them all. They clinched the NL West last night to the Dodgers. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a foul. Dave Roberts, Mookie Betts, J.D. Martinez, Ryan Brazier, who's been awesome. Even Kike celebrating the champagne. And Dave Roberts told their team, look, we're going to enjoy this, but we're going to do this 3 more times. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And it's up the middle. Back of the second base bag. Pablo Reyes has it. He throws to first. Another very good inning for Cutter Crawford. Cutter has sent down 8 Rangers in a row. Texas 1, Red Sox nothing on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You can forget your password or your keys. You can even forget your kids.
Dad?
But one thing you don't forget is delicious Cumberland Farms coffee.
Just $1.29. Any size, any way you like it. Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
The CDC estimates that 1 in 36 children have autism, meaning teachers are needed now more than ever. The New England Center for Children can help you establish an impactful career and gain hands-on experience helping children with autism live more independent lives. NECC staff can also earn a free graduate degree in ABA or related field. NECC is currently hiring autism teachers and behavior technicians for its day and residential programs. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses. Visit necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
RIPTA's R-Line fare-free pilot is coming to an end on September 30th. Starting October 1st, passengers must pay full fare on all RIPTA R-Line buses. Pay your RIPTA fare with Wave or $2 cash. For details, visit RIPTA.com.
It was your father's leather chair, and his father's before that. It's where you can sink back from a busy day and enjoy some well-crafted comfort. Which is why you also choose Bank Rhode Island. Because with the straightforward delivery of services and our commitment to serve with integrity and trust, you have a bank committed to craft the comfort of a better banking experience. It's banking well crafted from Bank RI. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Rafi Devers to lead it off at the top of the 4th. Red Sox trailing the Rangers 1-0. Devers, Refsnyder, and Duvall in the Herb Chambers batting order. Montgomery throws, and Devers takes a fastball high and tight in this inning, brought to you by Herb Chambers Volvo Cars of Norwood. Rafi, in his last 7 games, got a 1586 OPS, 4 homers, 7 walks. Singled his first time. The 1-0 is inside. Maybe a little high, too, with a changeup, and it's 2-0.
And 7 walks are big. You start to understand him a little bit. You start seeing the ball, taking what the pitchers give him, go the other way, take his walks.
Here's a pitch that's up and into him, and that is ball 3.
And if he does all that, he can. Well, people don't get into batting average, but he can be a 300 hitter. And maybe in driving a few more, too, just being a better all-around hitter with guys on base.
3-0 is a strike on the inside corner. It is so part and parcel for Rafi. When he's patient, when he looks for good pitches, he is so much more dominant. 3-1, he's going to try to unload right here. Montgomery pitches, and Rafi swings and rips one down the right field line. That is in there for a hit. To his left is Garcia, and Devers is 2 for 2.
He smoked this ball, then he kind of got around it. It was a little sinker, 3-1. And Rafi just takes this ball up and in, just kind of hooks the line drive over the first baseman's head, but Garcia does a nice job getting in the corner before it does. Keep him to a single.
God, when he is locked in, it is a thing of beauty to watch. And to me, the swing is so much more simple when he's hot. Here's Rob Refsnyder. Right-handed hitter who grounded into a double play his first time here. He can't stop his swing on a curveball. He's over the top of that. That has given the Red Sox hitters fits. It's 0-1.
Well, that curveball has. I mean, it's all these righties in this lineup. The curveball almost looks like a devastating right-handed slider to them.
Yeah.
So they can't lay off of it.
0-1. Pitch is swung on and missed. Another curve, and it's 0-2. We'll get you the Diesel Direct question of the day, but it relates to Mike Hazen. Apparently Buster Olney had it in a report today linking Hazen to the Red Sox. And not that that's totally novel, but I'm going to have to do a little digging there and see exactly what Buster said. 0-2. The Refsnyder, the pitch is outside. Rafi was running, and he's in there easily. He picked the curveball to run on, and he, as the tying run, is into second base.
Yeah, they obviously feel like they got a little something over there. Kyle Snyder's pretty good at this, scouting some of these pitchers, because Montgomery being the lefty, but they've taken a couple of shots. Bobby Dahlbeck tried earlier, had a huge lead, huge jump, would have been safe, and Devers there gets it easy.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out in the fourth. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with a changeup, and Refsnyder is gone. It's so hard to do what Rob is, and that is just not playing all that often. For so much of this season, he was excellent in spite of that, but he is now 0 for 2, and here comes Adam Duvall. I mean, look, Lou, it would surprise nobody to hear that Hazen is on a list, would be considered. He's got so many ties to Boston, very close with Sam Kennedy and the ownership crew. 1 on, 1 out for Duvall. The pitch is ripped to short and caught by Seager. Devers dives back into the bag head first. That was a smash for Duvall, but right into the defense, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, this was smoked. Nice job by Devers getting back to at least, you don't want to get doubled off. Now you get 2 outs, still got a guy in scoring position. We were talking about this curveball here from Montgomery. Just put it in perspective. There's been 14 swings, 10 swing and misses. 10 of 14. They're obviously not seeing that one pitch very well. It's a pretty good one.
Pablo Reyes is the batter with Rafi at second, and Pablo takes one through the wickets. A curveball in the dirt to the backstop, and Rafi on the wild pitch is going to move to third. Diesel Direct reminds you to stop wasting time at the pump. Get on-site fuel with Diesel Direct. Results coming in the 7th inning about whether you'd like to have Mike Hazen run baseball ops. He's done a very nice job in Arizona developing that young core. There have been some trades that have kind of missed out there in Arizona. That's kind of the nature of the beast. I think the most important question for Mike is more personal. 1-0 to Pablo Reyes. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike on the inside corner. He tragically lost his wife, Nicole, to an awful battle with brain cancer. Young children who are in school at various different ages out there in Arizona. So to me, the personal ties and his children, probably the number one issue for Mike. 1-1 to Pablo. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, and I think that's nobody really knows that answer unless you're Mike Hazen. He's got kids you mentioned kind of in that early in the high school days, teenagers, and they've been through a lot. You can take them away from all their friends as well, so that's a tough call.
1-2 to Pablo Reyes. The pitch is in the dirt. A curveball. I mean, Montgomery just keeps on leaning on that. It is 2-2.
Of course, you got family back here, so it's it's not our call. There's a reason why they're interested in him, because he's very good. He's a great guy.
He is.
Been here before. I think most people love him that have met him. He's obviously done a really nice job out in Arizona, and one of the reasons why his name has come up.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And it's inside a fastball. And he, again, is very close with a lot of people in the Red Sox organization. And that comfort level, I think, could be such a huge factor moving forward. 2 down in the top of the 4th. 1-0 Texas. Tying run is Devers at 3rd. 3-2 to Pablo. Long set. The pitch is chopped to 3rd. Back on it goes Young. Crow hop. Throw to 1st in time, and the inning is over. Devers gets another knock, but he is stranded. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Texas 1, Boston 0. Shaw's and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Did you know that Cumberland Farms actually invented coffee? Well, genius, that's the sort of thing you might believe when you forget your morning cup. Don't forget, Cumby's coffee, any size, just $1.29.
Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
What's up, everybody? I'm Danny Parkins, based out of Chicago. This is my buddy Andrew Filipponi. He's based out of Pittsburgh. You really got to check out our podcast, First and Pod.
Twice a week, we're going to break down the NFL after Thursday Night Football and Sunday Night Football. It's every team. It's every game. It's all 32 teams. We give you a complete picture, and we get into it. We don't kiss each other's fannies on this show.
New episodes of First and Pod available when you wake up every Monday and Friday morning throughout the football season in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The CDC estimates that 1 in 36 children have autism, meaning teachers are needed now more than ever. The New England Center for Children can help you establish an impactful career and gain hands-on experience helping children with autism live more independent lives. NECC staff can also earn a free graduate degree in ABA or related field. NECC is currently hiring autism teachers and behavior technicians for its day and residential programs. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses. Visit necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
Ready for LASIK? TLC Laser Eye Centers offers free virtual consultations. You can get all your questions answered without leaving the house. So book it now and let this 20-minute call be the first step towards 20/20 vision. Right now at TLC Laser Eye Centers, get $1,000 off LASIK when treated in September. That's $500 off per eye, plus guaranteed financing. Just go to tlcoffer.com. Must mention this promotion and be treated in September of 2023 to qualify. $1,000 off for both eyes on standard wave light price. $500 off for one eye. Cannot be combined with any other offers. See details at tlcoffer.com.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Nathaniel Lowe to lead it off in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch swung on and popped up. Foul side of 3rd. Devers over. He's there to make the play. And on one pitch, Lowe is out number 1.
Ooh, good to see that. Carter coming to this one, 46 pitches through 3. Get some length. Although up in Toronto, when he got swept, I think all 3 starters went 6. Right, you got 3 out of 6 out of all of those guys. Bayo and Sale.
It's been amazing. Actually, the starter's been really good. With one down, here's Mitch Garver, right-handed hitter, takes a strike. 4th inning brought to you by Cars for Kids. Donate your car and help a child today. 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS, carsforkids.com. In the last 7 games, the Red Sox are 1-6. Their starters have a 2.55 ERA.
They've been throwing the ball well.
Here's a swing and a high fly in the right field. Duvall drifts in. Can of corn, 2 down. How about 3 pitches and 2 outs?
Yeah, you'll take it all day long. And like you said, too, I mean, all 3 guys go 6 innings. You normally can reset your bullpen. Unfortunately, one of those games ended up going 13 where you had to use 7 or 8 pitchers. So that kind of made it a little more difficult. But last time through the order, kind of giving him some length now.
Here's Josh Young. Flied out to left his first time. 2 down, bases empty. The pitch is lined up the middle, on 2, hops to second. Arias has it. He throws to first in time. A 4-pitch inning for Cutter Crawford. We go to the 5th, 1-0 Texas on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The New England Center for Children, a global leader in autism education and research, is hiring teachers of all experience levels. Whether you're a recent college graduate or an experienced professional looking for a change, NECC can help you establish or grow a career gaining hands-on experience working with children with autism and helping them live more independent lives. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses, and staff can earn a free graduate degree in ABA or a related field. Visit NECC today at necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
Did you know that LASIK only takes minutes, with most patients back to normal activities the next day? So book your consultation at TLC Laser Eye Centers now. Right now at TLC Laser Eye Centers, get $1,000 off LASIK when treated in September. That's $500 off per eye. Visit TLCoffer.com. That's TLCoffer.com. The doctor's choice for LASIK. Must mention this promotion and be treated in September of 2023 to qualify. $1,000 off for both eyes on standard wavelight price. $500 off for one eye. Cannot be combined with any other offers. See details at TLCoffer.com.
On life's journey, we all need guideposts. Find inspiration and discover your next great Bible, devotional, or faith-based read at shopguidepost.org. Plus, enjoy free shipping on orders $45 or more with code FREESHIP45.
Ew. Gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
This back-to-school season, Downy and Tide are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. USNDC, 16 or older, and September 30th. Rules at downy.com/scholarship/official rules.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Trevor Story to lead it off against Jordan Montgomery and the Texas Rangers. 1-0 Texas. We're into the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Story, Dahlbeck, and Urias in the Herb Chambers batting order. Brought to you by Herb Chambers, Honda Boston, and Honda Burlington. Story struck out swinging his first time, 5 overall for Montgomery. The lefty throws, and Story swings and misses. Another awkward-looking swing at a curveball. It's 0-1.
Boy, this curveball is, it's 79 miles an hour, and it kind of, a lot of it's saying like straight down for the most part. But that's 11 swings and misses already in that curveball.
Just unreal. 0-1 to Story. The pitch is curveball down and in, 1-1. Big news from Shaw's and Star Market today through Thursday. Value pack beef eye of round, bottom round, chuck tender, or bone-in chuck. $2.97 a pound. Don't miss the big roast sale. 1-1 to Story. The pitch is lined hard into right field, but Garcia is there in front of the warning track to make the play. Good contact from Trevor. One down. Most of these curveballs, Lou, have not been strikes.
No.
And he's just getting swings on them anyway.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think the contact he's getting is when he finally gives in and gives you a fastball. Raffy kind of got to a good count and jumped on one. Story, hit that ball hard. Some other guys, the better swings have been on the heater. He tries to sneak one in there after showing that curveball, but this thing has been, no one's seeing it well at all.
Here's Bobby D. He takes a strike on the outside corner. That was borderline. Change up, 0-1. Nate Eovaldi in the house today. What a great time everyone had reuniting in the outfield with Eovaldi. 0-1 to Dahlbeck. The pitch is outside. I said hello to Nate. He is always so wonderful and pleasant. He had a real heartfelt chat with Garrett Whitlock and Tanner Houck. Both of them were very close. Both of them did a very smart thing. They just followed Nate everywhere he went for a couple of years. Good guy to learn from.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
1-1 to Dahlbeck. The pitch is outside. A fastball, 2-1.
And Tanner have an opportunity to go up against him tomorrow night. Should be a fun one.
They got to bet something on that, don't they?
I would think. Yeah, Nate was out there the whole time. I mean, he was out there almost during Red Sox batting practice.
2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch is fouled back. Bobby took a big rip there, and it's 2-2.
Big rip in that changeup.
They're so similar in a lot of ways, those 3 guys. Work ethic, very invested in the community, humble. We miss Nate big time. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bobby Dahlbeck. 1 down in the 5th. 1-0 Rangers. Montgomery's ready. The 2-2. Down and in. We will get you a station break in just a moment, but first, Dahlbeck is at the plate with Urias on deck. Who's on Deck is brought to you by On Deck, America's largest online small business lender. Apply today at ondeck.com. 3-2 to Bobby D. Montgomery throws, and Bobby rips one into the corner in right field. It's way back, and it is off the wall. On one hop, Dahlbeck screaming into second base with a foot-first slide. Bobby 2 for 2 the other way, and it's a one-out double for Dahlbeck.
He's keeping the right approach. He got a fastball that he hit one hopper into the outfield his first at-bat. This time 3-2. Kind of still stays with that big, opposite field approach because this is a changeup that he actually stays on, and it's off the plate. Drives it the other way. Really nice.
Beautiful swing. Here's Luis Urias. Saw the tying run in scoring position with one down. Urias fanned his first time. Bobby dancing away at second. Here's the pitch. That's a strike on the inside corner. 10-second station ID, Shaw's and Star Market, Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming and Lou Merlone in Arlington, Texas. 0-1 to Urias. Here's the pitch, and Luis takes a strike. Didn't think so, Luis. That was a fastball near the very bottom of the zone, and it's quickly 0-2.
That was down.
When Dahlbeck went on the tear 2 years ago and essentially for 2 months was the best hitter in the game, he destroyed left-handed pitching. Against Montgomery tonight. I mean, the ability is in there. 0-2 to Urias. Here's the pitch. And it's curveball in the dirt, 1-2.
Well, he's such a big, strong kid that you just need more contact, right? I mean, even AAA this year, we talk about those 33 home runs, 413 at-bats. I think he had 169 strikeouts.
Way too many.
Just too many. He's just too powerful for that. So tonight we've seen a shortened-up approach, a two-strike approach. So he's got a couple of hits. That's big instead of a couple of strikeouts.
Here's the 1-2. And it's inside a fastball, 2-2.
Yeah, just putting the ball in play. And by the way, you're so strong. If you make contact more, you can hit more home runs. He doesn't need his best ball to get out. He doesn't need the most powerful let it fly swing to get out. Short stroke, make contact. He's strong.
2-2 to Urias with Bobby at second. Here's the pitch, and it's up the middle into center field, a base hit. That's going to tie the game. Dahlbeck, who runs so well, is around third. Urias delivers, and it's 1-1. Bobby Dahlbeck, rally igniter. We got a new ball game in Texas.
Montgomery getting burned a little bit by his changeup. This is another one. Here to Urias. Kind of just stays on it. This one's off the plate as well. He kind of goes up and gets it and just hits this ball hard up the middle past Seager. That changeup, they're starting to sit back on it a little bit now. Let's see if these guys can continue to lay off the curveball in the dirt. They're not strikes. He's not throwing a get me over curveball. Everything's been in the dirt. So can Connor Wong stay off of that and go after this changeup fastball combination that they seem to be seeing a little bit better?
Leading on the mound, the code word of the game is Texas. Enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. This is one of the longer mound visits of the season with Mike Maddox and Jordan Montgomery. Mike, one of the real respected pitching coaches in the game. So they've tied it up, and here comes Wong with Urias over at first. To your point about Dahlbeck just doing a little less, it was a short, easy swing, and he launched a line drive at 102 off the bat. There's enormous juice in his bat. Here is Wong, who lined out his first time. Montgomery's ready. The pitch is a strike. That's one of the few curveballs he has landed for a strike, and it's 0-1.
It's the first one I can remember. A little 78, little backdoor curveball for a strike. And maybe he's starting to adjust as well. Maybe the Red Sox laying off the one in the dirt now here later in this game, but doesn't throw many of those.
0-1 to Wong. The pitch is a strike fastball. Here's something that is surprising and needs to improve for Wong, who's had a really nice season. Against lefties this year, he's hitting 167. With his swing, you figure that would be a much better number.
Well, lefties are different this year, lately, I think, in the league. In the past, that would tell me you can't hit a changeup, can't see it well.
0-2. The pitch is a ball, very close. Sinker. Connor stays alive, 1-2.
This fastball, this is a good fastball here from Montgomery, 94. We've seen 95 actually earlier too, but at 94 really keeps you honest. Have to go with that curveball changeup.
1-2 with 1 on and 1 out. The Red Sox have tied the game. Wong the hitter. Montgomery throws to first. So if it's not the changeup anymore, what is the evolution of today's left-handed starter?
Well, it's just more power. Like lefties used to be like, say, fade that two-seamer away, change up away, and if you couldn't kind of cover it or stay up the middle, struggle versus changeups. That's why you see a lot of righties struggle against lefties. Now there's just more power. They come right at you. They pitch you in, breaking stuff in, fastball in.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is chopped toward third, racing in on it is Young. He backhands, plants, throws to first just in time to get Connor Wong. That was a really nice play to get Connor, who runs so well, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, Young did a nice job. All the work here is done approaching the baseball, right? He kind of sees where the hop is. He understands as a third baseman, as an infielder, where he's going to catch this ball. So he starts getting his body prepared for it, for the catch and release, to gain some momentum on his throw. He does a nice job getting it there in time.
So now here's Rafaela with a chance to put the Red Sox ahead. Arias at second base with 2 down, 1-1. In the 5th, Cedon has flied to right and struck out swinging. Here's the pitch, and it is a bunt attempt foul. And he's trying to bunt for a hit, obviously. Tells you he's not that comfortable at the plate. The one thing, in the way that he's going right now, you want to give Devers every opportunity to get to the plate with people aboard.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all because it's knowing yourself. He hasn't exactly seen Montgomery well at all here in a couple of at-bats. You push bunt, get Devers first and third, 2 outs.
0-1 to Rafaela. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. He just has not seen that curveball.
No.
That was the Red Sox 7th hit, Lou, with a runner in scoring position in their last 73 at-bats.
Well, it explains why they've been struggling to win games.
0-2 to Rafaela. You could probably see more Uncle Charlie right here. Devers is out on deck. Montgomery throws, and a curveball way in front of the plate. Nice block there by Heim, and it's 1-2.
Normally I would never want anybody with 2 outs, and probably still wouldn't here, but 2 outs, man, in scoring position, see the ball, get a base hit, drive the guy in. But there are sometimes as a hitter, you're like, I don't see this guy well at all.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I'm almost like, I don't feel good against him. Not seeing a ball out of his hand. If I can push bunt for a knock, let the next guy go who's red hot, I'll do it.
1-2 to Rafaela. Arias at second. Here's the pitch, and a fastball misses inside, and it's 2-2. Alex Cora said he would like to see this Red Sox group bunt more, especially like with a runner at second and nobody out. Try to find ways to get runs across.
Let's talk about getting that first one across. Work your tail off to get number 1 across, and sometimes that loosens you up, and it's like, okay, now we can go out there and get a knock, right? We already got 1.
2-2 is a little high, man alive. That was close. Rafaela took a gamble there, especially with Buckner behind the plate. Called a ball, and it's 3-2.
Sometimes that's an unplanned gamble. You just sort of get frozen hope. So, all of a sudden, wait, is he going to call me out on this one? Nope. All right, good.
3-2. Go ahead, run at second. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and fouled, and Rafaela got another curveball there. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Baltimore in Houston on the Subaru of New England scoreboard. 1-1 in the middle of the 4th inning there. Mariners will be in Oakland. Guardians beat the Twins 7-3.
What a stretch for the Orioles, huh? You had a series with Tampa, then right into Houston.
3-2 to Rafaela. Tie game in the 5th. Montgomery sets. He throws, and a swing and a high drive into right field. Over to his left is Garcia. On the run, he's there to make the play and end the inning. The Red Sox do tie the game. Rafaela gave that one a good ride. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 1-1 on the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
You can forget your password or your keys. You can even forget your kids.
Dad?
But one thing you don't forget is delicious Cumberland Farms coffee.
Just $1.29. Any size, any way you like it. Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
When your celebration of life is prepaid in advance, it becomes a gift from you to your family later, because no one should have to plan for a loss while they're experiencing one. Paying in advance protects your loved ones and gives you the peace of mind you deserve. Let us help you plan every detail with professionalism and compassion. We're your local Dignity Memorial provider. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination, and then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you, around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise, for lives in drive.
The New England Center for Children, a global leader in autism education and research, is hiring teachers of all experience levels. Whether you're a recent college graduate or an experienced professional looking for a change, NECC can help you establish or grow a career gaining hands-on experience working with children with autism and helping them live more independent lives. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses, and staff can earn a free graduate degree in ABA or a related field. Visit NECC today at necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, it's Tanner Houck. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Adolis Garcia is going to lead it off for the Rangers in the bottom of the fifth. Red Sox have tied the game. Cutter Crawford has really started to roll. Cutter has retired 11 straight Rangers as Garcia fouls a slider off on the third base side. It's 0-1. Tony Beasley, the third base coach for the Rangers. Cincinnati Reds got a big win earlier today, keeping themselves in the middle of the NL wildcard race as Garcia pops this pitch up down the first base line. Bobby D is there. Make the play. Cutter not only has been great lately, but he's been efficient too.
Yeah, a couple of really quick innings. That 4-pitch inning there in the fourth, that really sped some things up for him. But he's been fantastic. I mean, he gave up a bomb in that first pitch of the game to Simeon. They'll get me over fastball at 90, and since then he's really outpitched Montgomery.
Here's Jonah Heim, left-handed hitter. 1-1 in the fifth. The pitch is fouled back. If you're headed to Fenway, park in Prudential Center's garage for just $20. Shop, dine, and see Fenway from 51 floors above. View Boston's 360-degree outdoor deck. Top Prudential Tower. Short walk or pedicab to the game. 0-1. A little bit high with a fastball. They also have Italy inside the Peru.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
Ooh, I went in Toronto.
Good cheeses and prosciutto.
You just get it all. Here's the 1-1. And this is inside. Of course, I mean, I love Italy, but I live very close to Federal Hill. So.
Yeah. Oh, you get enough. You're good.
My good friends at Venda Ravioli. Awesome place. 2-1 is fouled back. Fastball 2-2. You being the paisan that you are, you've got a good cheese palate, don't you?
Oh, yeah. No, I just love good cheese. I can't, you can't, sometimes we go into the city, just go in the north end to get cheese. Bring back a chunk of it, you know?
2 balls, 2 strikes. I mean, you could do worse than just going into the north end and getting like a block of cheese and a cannoli. You're good.
That's it. That's all I need.
2-2. Swinging a little looper, foul straight back and out of play.
Yeah, it's nice.
Nice thing about a great like cheese board is for guys like you and me. You get it and you just put it out. No prep.
No, that's it. You work. You can put a little something there to kind of break it up. A little chunks off of it.
Here's a high fly foul down the left field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It is good. Then you sit there and you're like, God, did I just sit down and have a block of cheese crackers? I've done that before.
I believe it.
Oh, yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Crawford comes to his belt. He throws, and a fastball outside. It's getting to be that time of year, Lou, where you got to stock up the freezer again with all your soups and raviolis and pasta dishes.
That's to me, that's all about October, baby. Maybe watching some playoff baseball, making some pasta.
Ooh. I'm waiting for my invite. 3-2 is lined to second, caught by Urias right there. And Cutter keeps his roll going. 12 in a row retired.
Cutter's been really fantastic in this one, boy. I tell you, that first inning, we were wondering how he's going to kind of maneuver through this lineup. And then all of a sudden he came out in the second and acted like what we've really seen from him, right? 93, 94, top of the zone, by guys, late life, mixing into cutter, curveball.
Here's Leody Taveras, who checks a swing foul on the third base side.
There's a good cutter up and in just to crowd him, make him feel uncomfortable.
I really think at Fenway Park, when we put it up on the pitch effects, we should spell it with a K when he's on the mound. The 0-1 to Taveras comes home, and it is pop foul on the third base side, out of play. He's not close to his 75th pitch, which would be an efficient 5 innings when he throws it. Brought to you by Dana Farber and the Jimmy Fund. We honored the 75th anniversary this year. 0-2, the pitch. Swing and foul. He just barely got a piece of that slider. Good location, 0-2.
63 pitches right now for Cutter. Look at his last few outings. He's been getting up to 90. Season high was 6 innings. It only took him 82 pitches to do that. That was against the Yankees back on August 17th, but been right around 93, 95 pitches.
Here's a fastball that misses outside, 1-2.
Sure, Corey would love to get another 6 out of him. Try to get through this 5th first.
And then Cutter can go ice, do whatever he does, and get ready for his early morning round of golf tomorrow. That I guarantee you is coming.
He's a good golfer.
Really kind of annoying in a way. The old 295-yard striped 3-wood right down the middle. Here's Leody Taveras, who swings and misses at a slider, and he is gone. Cutter can play all the golf he wants when he's like this. That was awesome. His 6th strikeout. Crawford has retired 13 consecutive Texas Rangers. We go to the 6th inning, tied at 1. Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
You can forget your password or your keys. You can even forget your kids.
Dad?
But one thing you don't forget is delicious Cumberland Farms coffee.
Just $1.29. Any size, any way you like it. Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
The CDC estimates that 1 in 36 children have autism, meaning teachers are needed now more than ever. The New England Center for Children can help you establish an impactful career and gain hands-on experience helping children with autism live more independent lives. NECC staff can also earn a free graduate degree in ABA or related field. NECC is currently hiring autism teachers and behavior technicians for its day and residential programs. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses. Visit necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
On life's journey, we all need guideposts. Find inspiration and discover your next great Bible, devotional, or faith-based read at shopguidepost.org. Plus, enjoy free shipping on orders $45 or more with code FREESHIP45.
I was crossing the street when I met the love of my life. I chased after her. Nothing would stand in my way. Not the dog walker, nor the hot dog vendor. Finally reaching her, I asked, "What do you call that amazing smell?"
It's Gain Flings.
Gain Flings. My love had a name, but more importantly, it had a scent.
Fall in love with Gain Flings. Seriously good scent. Gain Flings with 50% more freshness ingredients versus leading bargain detergent.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Rafi Devers to lead it off for the Red Sox in the top of the 6th. We're tied at 1. Montgomery throws, and Rafi fouls the first pitch back. He's feeling it. It's 0-1. Now, there's a developing story in the game right now for a team in the St. Louis Cardinals that are not playing for much. But Adam Wainwright is on the brink of real history tonight if he can hang on. Devers waits as the 0-1 pitch comes home to him, and Rafi takes outside fastball. Adam Wainwright has 199 career wins. This is his last season. He'll only have this start and 1 or 2 more. He's thrown 7 shutout innings over the Milwaukee Brewers tonight. Here's the pitch to Devers. It's swung on and missed. Good changeup there, and it's 1-2.
That changeup looked like a little cutter to me. I know they put up changeup, but some movement down and away. So what is the score? Is it tight or is it they up big?
1-0.
Oh.
I know. 1-2. That is strike 3 called. Raffy knew it. He agrees. He is gone. That's not been easy to do lately. 6th strikeout for Montgomery. One down. Here comes Rob Refsnyder.
Right on the black. That's a really nice pitch. Devers knew it. No fight, no argument whatsoever.
Marlins swept the Braves this weekend, looking very impressive in doing it, but they just lost to the New York Mets tonight. 2-1. Go figure. Here's Refsnyder. He chops it to third. Young has been really good there tonight. He gloves and throws to first in time, and on one pitch, Refsnyder's frustration continues. He is gone for the third time. They're 2 down.
Well, it's hard. You haven't really seen many lefties, to get him in there. Of course, you get the additions, say, Rafael and Abreu that they really want to see more of. They've been out there an awful lot, maybe taking a start or two here and there, and there's not many to go around for Ref.
Here is Duvall, who smoked a ball his last time. It was caught here. He swings and misses at a changeup. And it's 0-1. This copyrighted broadcast presented by Authority of the Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Cannot be disseminated without the express written consent of EEI. And the Red Sox, 0-1 to Duvall. He takes outside with a changeup. And it's 1-1. Two down in the 6th. Montgomery at the letters, throws, and Duvall over the top of a curveball. He missed that one badly, and it's 1-2.
I can't remember seeing this team swing and miss at so many curveballs as you've seen from the Red Sox here tonight on Montgomery's. I mean, I think he's only thrown one get me over. 19 swings on that curveball, and 13 have been swing and miss.
That is amazing.
That is 68%.
Got to be one of the highest rates of his entire career. 1-2. The pitch is a little low. Why not? He went back to the curveball. It was taken, and it's 2-2.
So many swing and miss here. Actually, 5 swing and misses out of 10 changeups as well in swings. Just a lot of it, but that curveball in particular, just you don't see that kind of percentage too often. Almost 70%.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down, bases empty. The pitch is right there. Fastball, strike 3. Throws him. Inning over. Pitchers duel in Texas. 7 strikeouts for Montgomery. Bottom 6, tied at 1, is next on the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Si usted o un conocido tiene pensamientos suicidas o una crisis de salud mental o por consumo de sustancias, llame o envíe un texto al 988 o chatee con nosotros en 988lifeline.org. El 988 Lifeline es confidencial, gratis y disponible 24/7 para uso personal o para un ser querido que le preocupe y necesite apoyo en caso de crisis. Consejeros de crisis capacitados están disponibles para escuchar, apoyar y ayudar.
You can forget your password or your keys. You can even forget your kids.
Dad?
But one thing you don't forget is delicious Cumberland Farms coffee.
Just $1.29. Any size, any way you like it. Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
Hi, I'm Mike. And I'm Mark, the owners of Reliable Fence, New England's leading fencing company. Don't miss our annual Back to School sale, where you'll save 20% off all fencing materials now through October 20th.
If you've been thinking about getting a new fence, take advantage of our awesome Back to School sale and save 20%.
Just go to ReliableFencing.com.
You can count on Reliable Fence.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination, and then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, life, Enterprise is right there with you, around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise, for lives in drive.
Gresh and Fourier, weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Cutter Crawford has been fantastic. He's retired 14 Rangers in a row. He begins the bottom of the sixth inning with a curveball for a strike to Evan Carter. 0-1. Here's the pitch, and that's a high line drive into right center field, splitting the difference. Rafaela back into his left. He can't get it, and then he slips onto the warning track. Foot first into the wall. Duvall backs up the play, plays the carom, and because of it, all the way over to third goes Evan Carter. Now, Rafaela's showing great range. He might have hurt himself. He's reaching for his left hip. And I'll tell you what, as Carter, the go-ahead run is at third to begin this inning. As great a player as Rafaela is advertised to be defensively, he's had some missteps out of the outfield.
Yeah, and this one a little bit too aggressive. He makes a run after it to see if he can catch it, but when he gets to that track, just his feet sort of loses his footing. His feet kind of give out, falls on his backside. Now that ball ricochets over. Duvall's got to go too far with it. And got Carter a triple. Should have been a double.
So now a real bind. The first hit in 15 batters against Cutter Crawford. Pitch to the right-handed hitting Semien, who homered in the first, is a high fastball, ball one.
Remember, too, Carter got a lot of 26 bags down in the minor leagues. So he can run. He got the third easily. And yeah, he got some speed on third.
Semien swings and misses at a cutter. And it's 1-1. This will be a Houdini act if Crawford escapes it. Semien, Seager, and Lowe, three really good hitters. Infield is in. 1-1 is outside.
We've
Slider.
talked about this before, right? Like, it's going to be hard to keep this run in. You want to attack Semien here. The last thing you need is kind of mess around with it. Ball four, very dangerous hitters behind him.
2-1 is up the middle and into center field, a base hit. He puts the Rangers ahead with his second run-scoring knock. And it's 2-1.
Yeah, not a bad cutter here from Cutter. Down and away. Just did Semien, good hitter. Stays up the middle of the box. The second RBI of the night. Infield in. Quick infield, got to pass Reyes easy.
Yeah, it does look very slick here. This artificial surface. And now Seager to the chance of MVP. I got news for the people here. He's not going to win the award. 2-1. The pitch is ripped high down the right field line. Duvall back into the warning track at the wall. Duvall is there to make the play. It just hung up. The strong throw to first is barely late. Semien racing back to the first base bag. And Dahlbeck went into a stretch. They almost doubled him off.
Well, that's a good cutter here from Crawford. Because of that little movement, it got in on Seager enough to kind of keep this ball in the ballpark right down the line. It gets real short here in Texas. 326. And he got in on his hands. Duvall catches it right at the edge of the wall, but that's why I say that cutter, late movement in, got him. If that was a fastball, they would have barreled that thing out of the ballpark.
Now they're meeting on the mound. Connor Wong initiates things as Crawford has now thrown 72 pitches on the Subaru of New England scoreboard. It is in the 8th inning now. Cardinals and the Brewers. St. Louis does lead it 1-0. And they have taken Wainwright out of the game. It's to John King and their bullpen to try to keep the Cards ahead and get Wainwright career win number 200.
Well, given what that season is, you got to make sure you bring in your best, right? I mean, what are you playing for? You're playing for moments, things like that. You got to bring in your best to protect that lead.
He has been beloved in St. Louis. 1 on, 1 out, a run in for the Rangers to break the tie. Here is Nathaniel Lowe. Crawford pitches, and Lowe takes a strike on the outside corner. Not a lot on the line in D.C. tonight. White Sox are there. They lead the Nats 6-1. Baltimore has gone ahead of Houston 3-1. John Means is back on the mound for the O's. 0-1 to Nathaniel Lowe. Misses with so much to love. You don't want to miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. For complete details and to find your authorized Subaru retailer, visit SubaruofNewEngland.com. Semien leading at first. Arias and Pablo pinched to the second base bag. The pitch is fouled the other way down the third base line, out of play, and it's 1-2.
It's been a really impressive outing by Cutter. Throwing the ball real well. We weren't sure what he's going to have after that first inning, but he settled in nicely. That 93 was by him. That was by low. Good fastball here tonight.
1-2. Here's the pitch. It is strike 3 called. Slider on the outside corner. Crawford has his 7th strikeout. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, that was the first one of the night looking. This is just a backdoor slider. He's been coming in with a lot of stuff. The cutter's in, four-seamers up. Got to freeze him with that back door. Got a lot of the plate.
Cutter's been phenomenal on the road this season. Still got to figure out Fenway. Mitch Garver, the right-handed hitter. Cutter throws a ball just outside. I mean, these numbers are unreal. On the road, 10 starts, 14 appearances, 6-3 with a 2.69. At home, a 6.1 ERA and 0-4. Hard to figure that. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 down in the 6th. Texas leading 2-1 the pitch. Fouled straight back.
Yeah, a couple games I'd like to forget, I think, at home. Of course, the first one against Pittsburgh, he only went 4 innings, gave up 7 earned runs, and then he gave up 6, 2 2/3 against the Astros as well. That was just a few weeks back. A couple of bad outings at home really make those numbers look what they are.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. A slider, and it's 1-2.
That slider's working now, too. Getting it down about that 80, 81. It's funny, they still call the slider and the sweeper as 2 different pitches. They both throw to 81. I don't get it.
1-2 is a check swing. He almost went around there. And it's 2-2. George Pickens of the Pittsburgh Steelers has caught a 71-yard touchdown. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is a foul ball. Garver just got a pitch of that piece of that breaking ball, and it stays 2-2. 2 Monday Night Football games tonight.
Yeah, seems like there's a bad injury to Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Where they don't want to show the replay, like that kind of bad injury. Carted off the field. They in trouble.
Always hate to see that kind of play. 2-2. Crawford throws, and a fastball misses high. Full count. You know, those running backs, that's why they so often want to lock up as much guaranteed money as they can.
Yeah.
Such a short shelf life.
Oh, they get beat up, boy.
Garver's 0 for 2. 3-2 is the count. That feels pretty deep. Runner goes, pitch is fouled off the end of the bat. And it'll stay 3-2.
Cutter at 83 pitches, 56 of those for strikes. As I mentioned, he's been 95 or so, 96, 93 his last couple of outings. So
bullpen quiet for now. The 3-2 again is skied into shallow left field. Pablo and Raffy go back. The shortstop Reyes behind Raffy is going to be called off. Normally the shortstop play, but Raffy makes it, and the inning is over. Rangers do take a lead, 2-1 after 6. Rangers lead on the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Did you know that Cumberland Farms actually invented coffee? Well, genius, that's the sort of thing you might believe when you forget your morning cup. Don't forget, Cumby's coffee, any size, just $1.29.
Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
At Toyota, electrified doesn't just mean plugified. So whether it's a hybrid Tundra, plug-in Prius, or all-electric BZ4X, the more ways we can choose to reduce carbon emissions, the closer we all get to Toyota's Beyond Zero vision. Toyota, let's go places.
The CDC estimates that 1 in 36 children have autism, meaning teachers are needed now more than ever. The New England Center for Children can help you establish an impactful career and gain hands-on experience helping children with autism live more independent lives. NECC staff can also earn a free graduate degree in ABA or related field. NECC is currently hiring autism teachers and behavior technicians for its day and residential programs. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses. Visit necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination. And then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you. Around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise. For lives in drive.
Hey, it's Justin Turner. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Here comes Pablo Reyes to lead it off for the Red Sox in the top of the 7th inning against Jordan Montgomery, whose 84th pitch is a little bit low. And that's ball 1. Pablo in this game has popped out and grounded out to third. He's 0 for 2. A spark a rally here. Red Sox trailing it 2-1. Reyes, then Story and Dahlbeck. Here's the pitch. And he bluffs a bunt, does Pablo. Takes it back. A changeup, misses low. And it's ball 2 in the Herb Chambers batting order. Brought to you by Herb Chambers Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Danvers and Millbury. Josh Winkowski is now up and throwing in the Red Sox pen. 2-0 is a strike that was not. I mean, 2-0, that's a gift to Montgomery. Changeup that was well off the plate, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, he's going to that changeup a lot more now. The fastball's become a show-me pitch, but an effective one.
2-1 to Reyes. The pitch is popped up. Back of first base. Foul on the line. Over is low. And he's there to make the play. I'm sure Pablo is frustrated with that 2-0 pitch that was called a strike. So he is out number 1, and that'll bring up Trevor Story.
Yeah, Montgomery really kind of pitches backwards, right? He comes at you with the breaking balls and the changeups, and he gets you with 2 strikes, and he crowds you with the fastball in. That's when he uses the fastball. It's 0-2, 1-2, so it's just backwards from most guys, and they've been out in front of these off-speed pitches early in counts.
1 down to Story. Montgomery throws, and that's a strike on the outside corner. I was asking Alex Cora a lot about Pablo today before the game because with the arrival of Arias and even to some extent Rafaela and Abreu and others, there's been less playing time for Pablo.
Yeah.
He's had such an important year for the Red Sox. The 0-1 is another strike at the top of the zone. I asked Alex if he is going to be invested in pushing for Pablo with the next regime. He said absolutely yes, he is. Seen a lot from him. He also said that if the Red Sox were in the race more, Pablo would play more.
Well, I agree with that. And that tells you what he thinks of him. And it also tells you sort of like, listen, you've already shown me what you can do. Don't worry about it. I'm going to play Arias, but I already know who you are.
0-2 to Story with Dahlbeck on deck. A foul ball on the first base side. I mean, it means they're just trying to evaluate Luis Arias and what they might get next year.
And I think it also means they've already evaluated Pablo Reyes, and they know what they have in the guy, and they really, really like him. He can, he brings a lot to the table. So your audition's already over. We got to see what some other guys can do.
Here's a high fly ball into left center field. Taveras and Carter come together, and the center fielder Leody Taveras is there to make the play. Just missed did Story. And the 2 down for Bobby Dahlbeck.
Well, for the most part, it's really been a couple of guys here, and Devers, a couple of hits against Montgomery. Same thing with Bobby, 2 for 2. Double his last time up, he scored. The other guy was Arias, who actually knocked him in, but that's been about it.
2 arms thrown for the Rangers in their bullpen, which has been an absolute disaster lately for them. 2 down for Dahlbeck. The pitch is a strike. He keeps giving that pitch away to right-handed hitters. That's like 4 inches off the plate.
Yeah, he's not seeing that movement, that sinker movement, because it ends up off the plate. He just keeps giving it to him.
0-1 to Dahlbeck. pitch is swung on and missed. Curveball, and it's 0-2.
I mean, Montgomery isn't known to have the best curveball in baseball, but tonight it looks like it.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a chopper foul outside of third. Really, it's like a total demon tonight.
Yeah, it is. Bobby's done a nice job his first couple of at-bats. Both these hits, single and a double, have come with 2 strikes. Short stroke the other way. Really nice approach. That way, if you get that slow one, curveball, you can kind of turn on it.
He singled and doubled both to right field. 0-2 with 2 outs. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with a fastball. 8 strikeouts for Montgomery. After the run-scoring hit that tied the game in the 5th, Montgomery has retired 8 consecutive Red Sox hitters. 7th inning stretch in Texas. 2-1 Rangers in the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Did you know that Cumberland Farms actually invented coffee? Well, genius, that's the sort of thing you might believe when you forget your morning cup. Don't forget, Cumby's coffee, any size, just $1.29.
Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
At Toyota, electrified doesn't just mean plugified. So whether it's a hybrid Tundra, plug-in Prius, or all-electric BZ4X, the more ways we can choose to reduce carbon emissions, the closer we all get to Toyota's Beyond Zero vision. Toyota, let's go places.
The CDC estimates that 1 in 36 children have autism, meaning teachers are needed now more than ever. The New England Center for Children can help you establish an impactful career and gain hands-on experience helping children with autism live more independent lives. NECC staff can also earn a free graduate degree in ABA or related field. NECC is currently hiring autism teachers and behavior technicians for its day and residential programs. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses. Visit necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
It's a back-to-school blowout. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 RV and kiss maintenance bills goodbye for a whole year.
We're talking end-of-season discounts on a gazillion new RVs.
Hurry! Visit CampersInRV or CampersIn.com today.
Offer valid only with purchase of new 2024 RV. Package details subject to dealer discretion. Visit CampersInRV for full service info and eligibility.
When your celebration of life is prepaid in advance, it becomes a gift from you to your family later. Because no one should have to plan for a loss while they're experiencing one. Paying in advance protects your loved ones and gives you the peace of mind you deserve. Let us help you plan every detail with professionalism and compassion. We're your local Dignity Memorial provider. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Josh Winkowski is on to pitch for the Red Sox as we go into the bottom of the 7th inning. Texas 2, Boston 1. And the Rangers, meantime, have a couple arms going in their bullpen. One time in the 6th, they had double-barreled action. Here is Winkowski's pitch to Josh Young, and it's fouled straight back to the screen. 0-1. The Ranger bullpen has been an absolute nightmare. In fact, 12 1/3 innings over the weekend in Cleveland. They all had 14 runs. One of the main reasons they've not pulled away in the playoff race. The 0-1 is a strike on the outside corner from Winkowski. Nice cutter, and it's 0-2.
They made that move early for Chapman. Remember, to try to solidify, it was like real early in the process.
Here's the pitch to Young, and that is strike 3 called on the outside corner. Good slider, and on 3 pitches, he's gone. Will Smith, I think, is the lefty who's throwing for the Rangers. What a great start for Cutter Crawford tonight, especially given how it began. A leadoff homer to Marcus Semien, but after that he was great. He's on the hook at the moment. Here's Adolis Garcia, right-hander with a ton of power. He takes the Winkowski pitch outside for ball 1.
He'll take that all day long. 6 strong from him. Couple of hits, that solo shot, no walks, 7 strikeouts. I mean, 84 pitches, pretty efficient. It's really impressive.
Here's a swing and a miss by Garcia. Late addition to the lineup today, 1-1. I mean, no matter what role, whether he's going to be kind of a swing guy, long man in the bullpen, the Red Sox do have a really important weapon in Crawford. The 1-1 is a little outside.
Yeah, I don't know where he fits. I mean, listen, he's showing right now this year that he's kind of gone out, and I think he's really filled that starter role, but there's been a lot of 4-inning, 80 pitches. They really don't push him. So if he's better served, if that fastball plays at 93, 94, if you give me 1 inning out of the bullpen from Crawford, do I see 95? And it'll play even more, right?
2-1 is a little outside. You would think so.
And I mean, then it turns into a shutdown guy. Look at Winkowski. This guy's throwing 97, 98. Now he's getting run down here at the end of the year as well. He's been used so much.
3-1 is a strike. This is where, Lou, if the Red Sox go out and add a couple pitchers, some starting pitchers at the top of their rotation, you could go into next year with Winkowski, Crawford, Whitlock, Martin, and Jansen already established in your pen.
Yeah.
3-2 is outside, ball 4. He walked him. And that is a pretty loaded pen to start the year.
No, it is. It is. And then you've got some guys there like Cutter can be a long guy and starting pitching depth. If something happens, you give him 2 or 3 weeks to get that pitch count up and eventually slide into rotation, kind of like what he was doing here this year for you.
Here's Jonah Heim, left-handed hitter. Winkowski throws, and he clips the outside corner with a sinker. After the game, the Nissan post-game show. Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. 0-1. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Winkowski filling it up. Just like that, it's 0-2. Fans out in right center field are into it big time. Red and white and light blue t-shirts on, all standing for the entire game. Saluting Jonah Heim as he digs back in. Facing an 0-2 count. Winkowski's ready at his belt. He throws, and a swing and a miss at a 97-mile-an-hour sinker. Foul tip that Wong holds on to. Overpowering from Josh, his second strikeout.
This is another guy that we talk about. We mentioned Colin Crawford. Now we can kind of maybe jump his stuff up a little bit. Winkowski last year as a starter was nowhere near 97, 98. And now all of a sudden that sinker as well, he's really had a nice year. Like I mentioned, still up there in appearances and relievers. So
here's the pitch to Leody Taveras, outside, ball 1. 56, that's most on the team.
Yeah, I mean, hasn't been as sharp maybe here recently. But when he lives on the edges with his stuff like he did for the most part in the first half, he was the glue that kept this bullpen together for a long, long time.
No doubt about that. 1-0. 2 down in the 7th. Pitch is downstairs. I mean, he's thrown the 3rd most innings of any reliever in the game.
Yeah. Because it's not just 1-inning guys. You know what I mean? It's not just 1-inning appearances for Winkowski. Early on, there were a lot of 2, 3. He was worked up. 2-inning outings, multiple inning outings from him. He's really good.
2-0. The pitch is outside. It makes me wonder, Lou, in a season that is no longer about making the playoffs, how many more times we might see Winkowski, because he's going to be a big part of this thing going forward. There really is not a lot of reason to push him after such a taxing physical year.
Well, I do recall up in Toronto in that last game, it was sort of like he was the one guy that hadn't pitched in 3 or 4 days.
3-0. That is outside, ball 4, his second walk of the inning. So it's 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and now Garcia up to second, and here comes Carter. But you think back to like Matt Barnes is a perfect example, where all of those years he would make 50, 60 appearances and have the inning count go extraordinarily high. And after a while, he just hit a wall. They'll be monitoring that from now to the end of this season. Meeting on the mound, Dave Bush, joined by the entire infield. Alex Cora was asked by Alex Spear today whether he thinks in the minor leagues the Red Sox and others should start pushing young pitchers to give them more innings. And without saying as much, Alex basically said yes. They need to learn how to do it.
Well, you think about it, you got a guy in, say, Tanner Houck, for example. He's learning at the big league level in year 3, how to pitch in the 5th, 6th inning. All these guys did so max effort, max everything for 3 or 4, and you're starting to see how valuable it is to go 6 innings at times All these kids come up, don't know how to do it.
Here's Evan Carter, who tripled his last time. He takes a sinker down and in, ball one.
Rather than not letting anybody face a lineup for a third time, how about letting them do it? How about letting them learn from it? How about letting them try to figure out how to do it?
At this level. 1-0 to Carter. Pitch is a good one from Winkowski. 96 at the bottom of the zone. It's 1-1. This guy looks like a player. As Brennan Bernardino is up and throwing, you figure he would be for Seager if the inning gets to there. 2-1 Texas. 2 runners aboard with 2 down. In this bottom of the 7th, Winkowski pitches and a swing and a foul and a cut fastball. Stays 1-2.
It'll be interesting to see how they do that. And this is where it goes to that whole we're talking about before, like September call-ups. MLB allowing the 2 guys. I don't know. Pitch clock, a lot of the arms, not used to it. This is where you really love to have another 2 or 3 arms to go with it.
No doubt. 1-2 is just outside with a changeup.
Because you can't look at a guy like Wink and just say, yeah, we appreciate everything you've given us. We'll shut you down with 10, 12 games to go. Well, you just don't have enough arms. You could, out there to get through it. It'd be nice if you had another couple.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Winkowski trying to get out of a jam. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with a cutter, and the inning is over. In the end, Winkowski strikes out 3 Rangers, and he works around 2 walks. To the 8th inning we go. Urias, Wong, and Rafaela due up for the Red Sox, trailing 2-1 on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Did you know that Cumberland Farms actually invented coffee? Well, genius, that's the sort of thing you might believe when you forget your morning cup. Don't forget, Cumby's coffee, any size, just $1.29.
Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
Si tiene pensamientos suicidas o una crisis mental o por consumo de sustancias, hay consejeros a su disposición. Llame o envíe un texto al 988 o chatee con nosotros en 988liveline.org. 988 significa ayuda para la salud mental.
On life's journey, we all need guideposts. Find inspiration and discover your next great Bible, devotional, or faith-based read at shopguidepost.org. Plus, enjoy free shipping on orders $45 or more with code FREESHIP45.
Do you need a voice, video, and messaging app with capabilities that grow with your business? Vonage does that. Get a single app for all your meetings and communications, and the flexibility to add new users with their existing phone numbers. You can even add local phone numbers from different markets, integrate with leading CRMs, set up a virtual assistant, and access up to 50 premium calling features globally. It's everything you need to handle your business communications today and tomorrow. See what else Vonage can do for you at Vonage.com.
When your celebration of life is prepaid in advance, it becomes a gift from you to your family later, because no one should have to plan for a loss while they're experiencing one. Paying in advance protects your loved ones and gives you the peace of mind you deserve. Let us help you plan every detail with professionalism and compassion. We're your local Dignity Memorial provider. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Will Smith is on out of the Ranger bullpen, and he is going to try to keep these Rangers ahead 2-1 as we go into this top of the 8th inning for Boston. It'll be Urias, Wong, and Rafaela due up in the Herb Chambers batting order. Before we tell you all about that, 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Smith is on for the 51st time. He's got a flat 4 ERA over 54 innings with 51 strikeouts and 14 walks. The Ranger bullpen has killed them lately, trying to protect the 1-run lead right here. First, Luis Urias to stand in. Luis has singled in the Red Sox only run. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Smith throws. Urias takes a strike on the outside corner with a big curveball. A lot of those seen tonight, and it's 0-1.
Yeah. Breaking ball. He's got a slider. Throws that slider an awful lot, even more so than his fastball. It becomes first pitch curveball. Why not? Sox aren't seeing it tonight.
0-1 is another curve. That, I guess, maybe the slider. It missed at his feet, and it's 1-1.
Early in the year when these guys were up at Fenway Park, Will Smith was throwing the ball real well for them at times. But you mentioned that bullpen. I think it was 4th in the league, worst ERA. And the teams in front of them are just, Washington, Oakland, Kansas City.
1-1 to Urias. Almost hit him, and it's particularly been bad, Lou, in the month of August and September.
Yeah, that's not when you want to kind of tank on you right now. This time of year, when you're up in a game like this, if you're the Rangers, everything on the line, 2-1, this has to be a W. And bullpen hasn't been getting it done.
2-1 is a strike on the outside corner, actually right at the top of the zone with a slider. That was pretty hittable there to Urias, but in there 2-2.
Interesting kind of seeing all these teams that are going to be in the AL playoffs. Toronto, Texas, you see Tampa and Baltimore here last week or so.
Here's a pitch to Luis. It misses just outside, a slider, and the count is full.
Well, a pretty good idea, kind of who we like. After watching these guys, all these teams in the playoffs in the AL, we've seen Houston. Going to see these teams recently, and I don't know if the arms can hold up here in Texas. Too many injuries.
3-2 to Luis Urias. Will Smith pitches, and Urias fouls it off. The Houston Astros tried to make a big move for this pitcher, Will Smith, last year to solidify the left side of their bullpen, and it really backfired on them. Guy for a lot of years was one of the great relievers in the whole sport.
Yeah. The same guy.
3-2 to the leadoff man, Urias. Here's the pitch, and it is ripped down the left field line, but foul. He got a slider there, way out in front of it. And we will do it again, 3-2. We owe you the results of the Diesel Direct question of the day about what you would think if the Red Sox brought Mike Hazen into the fold. I do think a lot of people would be thrilled with that. 3-2 to Urias. Here's the pitch, and it is a check swing and a curveball in the dirt. He did not go, and Will Smith issues a leadoff walk in a one-run game.
You're going to pull your hair out if you're Bruce Bochy, 8-9. Bringing this guy in the bottom of the order. Kind of wanting to attack these hitters, and you go out and walk the first guy.
Diesel Direct remind you to stop wasting time at the pump. Get on site fuel with Diesel Direct. Today's question at Sox booth.
But that man, Bruce Bochy, and this is where I say I don't think they have enough arms. I don't think they even have the rotation.
Here's the pitch to Wong, misses outside.
If you had a healthy Max Scherzer and Evaldi, a healthy Evaldi here down the stretch, and whether it's John Gray or not, like Boch can kind of, as we've seen here in Boston, they can make those starters, put them out in that bullpen, and really help this bullpen that's been struggling. But they got some of the arms that aren't that healthy in their rotation either.
1-0. Here's a swing and a miss at a breaking ball by Wong. He got a piece of it. Bruce was the first guy to do that, leaning heavily on his starters, guys like obviously Madison Bumgarner in that great run, but he did it with Kane and Lincecum and others. And to be frank about it, in one of those World Series against these Rangers, he managed circles around Ron Washington.
Yeah.
1-1 to Connor Wong. He is a certain Hall of Famer as Wong reps one down the left field line. Trouble if fair. It is. It's going to shoot all the way to the wall. Urias heads for third, and he will get there standing. A laser beam double into the corner for Connor Wong back in his home state. And now the Red Sox have runners at second and third with nobody out.
Well, this is like two worlds colliding. Right? You got a bullpen that's been giving it up. However, you're facing an offense that's really been struggling to score runs lately. And to come up with a big hit with a guy on base. But so far, here in this 8th inning, Red Sox doing the damage. Big double there from Wong. Second and third now for the top of the order for Rafaela.
And really a growth moment for him. In almost any other situation, if the Red Sox were in this, Justin Turner would be in the batter's box.
These are the tough moments for a young kid in the league that's overly aggressive. Because in these moments, you want to get a hit so badly that you feel like you can hit every pitch that comes out of the pitcher's hands. And you're better served being patient, getting in good hitters' counts.
Smith delivers. Rafaela takes a strike, and that was borderline on the corner. 0-1 on a slider.
Yeah, you don't mind taking that one. That was a miss, but it worked out well for Smith. A little backdoor slider that caught the bottom corner.
We got another lefty, Brock Burke, up in the bullpen. Do the Rangers. 0-1. The pitch is another strike. Shouldn't have been, but it was called one, and it's 0-2.
That's the killer right there. That's not a strike. Like, that's a killer. Like, 1-1's not a fun count either, but 0-2, now he's going to expand.
They will concede the tying run. The infield's back with second and third. 0-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. Slider in under the hands. Will they pitch to Rafi Devers here?
I will answer that for you. I don't think you can.
It would stun me if they gave him anything here.
No.
They will not. With first base open, that's the easiest call in a Hall of Fame career that Bruce Bochy's seen in quite some time.
Yeah, I don't think you got to pat him on the back for that one. That was an obvious one. You know, this man, again, my first year in the National League with the Padres in 03, I was an American League guy, and there wasn't a better teacher of the game and how the National League is played than having Bruce Bochy as your manager.
Here's Rob Refsnyder with the bases loaded. The pitch is outside, ball one.
So you put him in an American League style game, and his mind is too good for it. You know?
Yes.
He's like, all I got to do is manage a bullpen. No, I want to double switch. I want to do some things.
1-0 to Refsnyder. Bases loaded in the eighth. The pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Again, the Red Sox coming into this game 6 for their last 72 with runners in scoring position. What a chance for Refsnyder. Smith at the letters throws, and Rob takes another strike. That looked low. It's almost like the bigger the moment, the worse CB Bucknor gets.
Well, the game speeds up on the players late, and it speeds up on CB. Always has.
So now Refsnyder to 1-2 hole. Bases loaded. Smith throws, and Rob takes a ball a little low with a slider. It's 2-2. 1 for 6 tonight with runners in scoring position. So 7 for their last 78. It's a nerve-wracking thing being a hitter with a live trigger umpire like this behind the plate.
Well, you're almost forced to expand.
Bases loaded with one down. 2-2 to Refsnyder. The pitch inside, not close at all, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, see, this is tough here. This type of count, you're facing a lefty that loves throwing that slider. He throws it more than he does his fastball. 50% of the time slider. He's throwing a lot of breaking balls here to Rob. I would almost anticipate another slider. He's been throwing it for strikes.
3-2. Here's the pitch, and it is lined to second, into the outfield for a base hit. Arias scores behind him. Wong comes home. Refsnyder delivers a 2-run hit, and it's 3-2 Red Sox. Semien had a chance to make that play. He lunged after it. Did not come down with it. What a swing from Rob Refsnyder.
Oh, what a big swing there. After all these breaking balls, Smith, makes a mistake, comes back, tries to throw that fastball, and he hits a line drive. Semien, for some reason, he was playing right up the middle. That's just positioning. So I felt like I was afraid he was going to catch this line drive. It was right at him, but he was playing up the middle. And it was like an awkward shuffle, then a reach for it rather than almost a step and a dive. 2 runs in, big knock for Ref.
By the way, you can tell a lot of Red Sox fans are here. Now, Bruce Bochy is going to go for a right-hander out of his bullpen. Adam Duvall is scheduled to hit. Remember, the Red Sox do have Yoshida and Verdugo available off their bench. We'll see how Alex Cora tries to play it with Chris Stratton, the right-hander, on the mound. We owe you a station break. Let's take 10 seconds in the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Red Sox have gone ahead in the top of the 8th inning here in Arlington. Chris Stratton, the right-hander, is scheduled to hit. Adam Duvall is talking it over with Pete Fatsi and Ramon Vasquez, so I think they'll let him hit here after Refsnyder puts the Sox ahead. After the game, the Nissan postgame show. Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Stratton and Duvall when we return to Texas. 3-2 Boston on the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Hey, Sox fans, there are a lot of reasons to love being a Ford owner. And now, Ford Pickup and Delivery is one more. Just tell your dealer when and where you'd like to have your Ford picked up, home or work, and we'll come get it, service it, and return it to you. Ford Pickup and Delivery is part of U-Mode, benefits made just for Ford owners. See your participating Ford dealer for important program details and terms and conditions. Ford, official partner of the Boston Red Sox. This call to the bullpen gives you a chance to check out all the great Ford SUV offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on the award-winning Ford SUV lineup that you won't see advertised anyplace else. Whether you plan to buy from your Ford dealer's inventory or custom order your new SUV, visit buyfordnow.com and see how much you can save. And then see your New England Ford dealers for your new SUV.
Now the Red Sox have pulled ahead. The Rangers go into their bullpen with Chris Stratton, another guy who came over from the St. Louis Cardinals, his 60th appearance, and you'll see Adam Duvall with runners at the corners. Raffy at third, Refsnyder at first. Rob thought about running. He does not go, and Duvall takes a slider that misses outside for ball one. 2 scoreless outings on the road trip for this beleaguered bullpen by Stratton. But he's had some issues lately with inherited runners. 4 of his last 10 inherited men have come home and touched the plate. 1-0 to Duvall, who is really scuffling. 1 for his last 32 with 20 strikeouts. 1-0. Here's the pitch, and Adam takes a strike. This is another one of those spots. First of all, that was well off the plate, not a strike. But again, this is a team in the Red Sox that are out of it, because this would be Yoshida, Verdugo, or someone in this spot. As it is, Duvall waiting for a 1-1. It comes home, and Adams swings and skies it into right field. Hit very deep. It will be in the ballpark, but deep enough to score. Devers from third. He tags. He comes home. Refsnyder trying for second. He's in there with a head-first slide. It's a sac fly for Duvall, and it's 4-2 Red Sox.
That feels like a big run. Nice job by Adam. When you've struck out as much as he has now here recently, he struck out 20 times in his last 32 at-bats, 1 for 32, 20 strikeouts. You start just swinging at anything to avoid striking out. And to be able to stay in the big part of this ballpark, knowing the situation and get a ball out there deep to score the run, a nice job by Refsnyder in the back end.
Very aggressive. Now a hit could get another run in as Pablo Reyes dances around in the right-handed batter's box. You know that the Ranger fans are just feeling like their head is spinning. Deja vu for them. Another bullpen meltdown. 4-2. Red Sox lead. Here's the pitch. And that is high. Crawford for 6. He's off the hook. Then Winkowski pitched the 7th. Saw Bernardino up briefly, but now a different bullpen arm is throwing for the Red Sox. And that would be Garrett Whitlock.
That's good to see, too.
Here's the pitch to Pablo. It's swung on and missed. Slider, and it's 2-1.
You remember at one point Winkowski was going multiple innings, and then they became so short out in that bullpen. Cora came out and said, just can't do it anymore. I need him more available. I can't throw him for 2 or 3 and not have him for 3 nights. It's kind of where you are with Whitlock. 1 inning at a time now.
Here's a pitch to Pablo that is called a ball. Up and in. Fastball 3-1. Nervy moments for these Rangers. The Astros, by the way, in the bottom of the 6th inning have tied their game with the Orioles. The race that is in the AL West. The pitch is lined foul down the right field line. Pablo takes his chances, Lou, and there is a surprising amount of pop in that bat.
He hit that big first one of the year. It was a huge home run. Came back a few nights later with another one. He puts together an at-bat. He has a nice short stroke. You make a mistake, he can make you pay.
Snyder at second, another 3-2 is a foul ball. He tried to stop his swing, could not. Hangs in there 3-2. 4-2 Red Sox. The Astros right now lead the AL West by a 1.5 over these Rangers, 2.5 clear of the Seattle Mariners. Bruce Bochy's taking his hat off, rubbing his brow. Just another frustrating night from his bullpen. 3-2 is looped into shallow center field. Taveras drifts to his left. He's there to make the play, but the Red Sox get a big swing from Rob Refsnyder, tack on another from Duvall, and they pull ahead of the Rangers. It is 4-2 Boston. Bottom 8 next on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Did you know that Cumberland Farms actually invented coffee? Well, genius, that's the sort of thing you might believe when you forget your morning cup. Don't forget, Cumby's coffee, any size, just $1.29.
Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
Si usted o un conocido tiene pensamientos suicidas o una crisis de salud mental o por consumo de sustancias, llame o envíe un texto al 988 o chatee con nosotros en 988lifeline.org. El 988 Lifeline es confidencial, gratis y disponible 24/7 para uso personal o para un ser querido que le preocupe y necesite apoyo en caso de crisis. Consejeros de crisis capacitados están disponibles para escuchar, apoyar y ayudar.
On life's journey, we all need guideposts. Find inspiration and discover your next great Bible, devotional, or faith-based read at shopguidepost.org. Plus, enjoy free shipping on orders $45 or more with code FREESHIP45.
Attention campers. Do you have the back-to-school blues? Campers in RV has a back-to-school deal that'll make you forget about math homework and bring on the fun. We're talking end-of-season discounts on a gazillion motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers across our 38 locations. Yep, a gazillion. Okay, maybe not that many, but a whole bunch.
It's a back-to-school blowout. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 RV and kiss maintenance bills goodbye for a whole year. Hurry, don't miss the bus. Class is almost in session, and this deal is fading fast. Visit CampersInRV or campersin.com today.
Offer valid only with purchase of new 2024 RV. Package details subject to dealer discretion. Visit CampersInRV for full-service package info and eligibility.
Hi, this is Adam Duvall. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Garrett Whitlock is on the mound for the Red Sox. Into the bottom of the 8th we go, 4-2 Texas. Garrett had a long chat with his dear friend Nate Eovaldi before the game. Is on. He's got to keep the Sox ahead, but it will not be easy. Semien, Seager, and Lowe for the Rangers. It's in their Herb Chambers batting order, which in this inning brought to you by Herb Chambers Hyundai of Auburn. 20th time Garrett has towed the rubber, and he fires a strike on the outside corner with a slider. 0-1. You know, given C.B. Bucknor's strike zone tonight, Lou, I think Garrett would be very well advised to stay with that two-seam fastball off the plate. The 0-1 is grounded to the third baseman Devers. He's got it smoothly. Crow hopping a throw to first in time. 2 pitches, 1 out.
Yeah, since he's come back now, the IL, 9 appearances, 5.4 ERA, 17 hits in 15 innings. And I think where he's really gotten in trouble is that sinker you talk about. Now, the velocity is there, but the location is not. You know, you want that backdoor off the edge, inside on righties.
Here's Seager, always dangerous. He takes a changeup outside for ball 1.
I like where the velocity has been. You know, the big separator, that fastball to changeup, 94, 95. That changeup's been down to 82. We're at its best.
Here's the 1-0, and it's chopped to the right side. Arias to his left. He gloves, plants and throws. 2 down. Garrett Whitlock has gotten 2 outs with 4 pitches. And here comes Nathaniel Lowe.
Yeah, that's the nice sinker to that lefty. Very dangerous hitter in Seager, but he runs that 95, ends up down and away, gets the lefty to roll over.
Alex Spear just put something on Twitter that has my brain oozing out of my ears. Here's Nathaniel Lowe, the left-hander. How's that for an image? The pitch is just outside. Very good changeup. Alex says that hit by Refsnyder was the first since July 30th by a Red Sox hitter to turn a deficit into a lead in the 8th inning or later. Here's the 1-0. It's grounded to the right side. Urias stumbles, has it, comes to his feet, throws to first just in time, and the inning is over. So they got the big knock, and then Garrett Whitlock needs 5 pitches to get 3 outs. To the 9th inning we go in Texas. 4-2 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox.
What's up, everybody? I'm Danny Parkins, based out of Chicago. This is my buddy Andrew Filipponi. He's based out of Pittsburgh. You really got to check out our podcast, First and Pod.
Twice a week, we're going to break down the NFL after Thursday Night Football and Sunday Night Football. It's every team. It's every game. It's all 32 teams. We give you a complete picture, and we get into it. We don't kiss each other's fannies on this show.
New episodes of First and Pod available when you wake up every Monday and Friday morning throughout the football season in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Football is back, and so is Cash the Ticket. Jim Costa with Mike Valeni every week this fall. That's picks, parlays, and that's sweet, sweet value on all the NFL and college football matchups.
This is the most on-demand podcast of on-demand podcasts. Here's what I mean, and this is something we believe in. If you want to cry and moan, oh, my timeline, it's flooded, grow up. Okay, first world problems. Every game is going to be broken down. Why? Let me tell you as a podcast listener, I don't want to sit through 17 random games. This isn't a hostage situation. Your time is valuable. You want to hear about Miami versus Duke, but you don't want to sit through Boston College v. Tech. Great. Hey, I got an app for that. Scroll the timeline. We're giving you what you want, when you want it, and very distilled fashion.
We're catered to you and the teams you love. That's Cash the Ticket. Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
To the ninth inning, we to turn this game around. They lead 4-2 as the Rangers, right in the thick of the wild card race, had another bullpen implosion. Here comes Trevor Story to lead it off. Story, Dahlbeck, and Urias in the Herb Chambers batting order. Chris Stratton remains in the game, and Story takes a ball outside, 1-0. Tanner Houck tomorrow against his old buddy, Nate Eovaldi. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch is a ball. Fastball outside, 2-0 to Trevor. Phillies beat the Braves today 7-1. Adam Wainwright did get career win number 200. Pretty cool. The 2-0 is fouled off on the first base side. That win from the Cardinals guarantees that Atlanta is going to have home field through the divisional round. It is exceedingly likely they'll have it all the way to the World Series. Cardinals beat the Brewers 1-0 on the Subaru of New England scoreboard. 2-1 to Story, fouled back. He was fooled there and out in front of a slider. And it's 2-2. Just an amazing tangled race in the American League. Mariners have the Athletics tonight. Then in the third inning, they lead in Oakland 1-0. And now Chris Martin is up and throwing for the Sox. You were asking about the class of the American League, these teams that are kind of on the fringes of the race. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Here it is. It's outside with a slider. I still think that of all the clubs in the AL West, Houston is the best.
I agree.
Especially Verlander pitching the way that he is. You can always feel pretty good about Valdez in the playoffs. Here's the 3-2, and that is outside. Ball 4 to Trevor, and it's another leadoff walk in a late inning by a Texas reliever.
Yeah, this bullpen does scare me. Of course, when you get to the postseason, Bochy can take some of these starters and move them out there a little bit, and it could change some things up. But the Blue Jays offensively, I feel like something's broken there with that team. I think Houston will come to experience.
Here's Bobby D, who takes outside. They throw behind Story at first, but he's back in there easily 1-0.
Like Tampa Bay, their rotation is just too beat up at this point. Orioles are a good team.
That is 5-4 on a Rutschman double. Astros and O's in the 8th.
Orioles are a good team. They play the game the right way. They have a good lineup up and down.
1-0.
Just worry about that rotation.
Story is a huge lead, and there's a soft chopper toward third, but foul. Yeah, I mean, they got Bradish and Grayson Rodriguez and Dean Kramer, and that's the big issue.
Yeah, and it might be enough. We'll see. Just to, Baltimore versus Houston in a playoff series. who do you take, right? And I just sort of look at Houston. But we'll see.
It's going to be the fun of it. You'll be making pasta and soup, taking it all in. 1-1 to Dahlbeck, who is 2 for 3 tonight. Throw to first, and they got him. Trevor, almost like the head first dive back to the bag, came up short. He didn't even argue. So I think he feels like he was out over there at first, and they will not look.
By the way, you're talking about that Philly win 7-1 over Atlanta. Yeah. In that game, Kyle Schwarber left the ballpark.
Like he went home?
No, hit a home run that left the ballpark. 483 feet to right field.
Wow. 1-1 is high in the air into center field. Taveras back at the track, at the wall. He is there to make the play right in front of the 407. Bobby just missed that one. A deep fly out, and in the blink of an eye, 2 down.
Those balls hit really well. Thought maybe for a moment there, Taveras took his eye off it, ran back, thinking he's figuring out how to jump on this wall, but it actually just holds up.
Bobby looks good.
He does. That's a breaking ball, too. He stayed up the middle.
Here's Arias with 2 down in the ninth. 4-2 Red Sox. The pitch is high. 483.
483, 113.9 off the bat.
I got to get some video footage of that. 1-0. Here's a high fly down the right field line. We're behind the Ranger dugout, out of play, and it's 1-1 to Arias.
It'll be interesting. All these teams, can they hide their flaws, right? Can Baltimore get the starting pitcher and their inexperience? Can they handle it? Can this team here move some starters to that bullpen and handle it? Can the Seattle Mariners, if they get in, can they swing it? Can Toronto all of a sudden just get hot offensively? Then they're extremely dangerous.
1-1 to Arias. He is a little outside. I mean, all the teams with the fewest flaws are in the National League. I mean, the Braves and the Dodgers are absolutely loaded.
Braves don't really have one.
2-1 is fouled back to the screen. And think about Strider opening up a playoff series with their bats. Acuna and Olsen. Ozzie Albies hit his 31st home run last night. Top to bottom, they are fabulous offensive team. 2-2 to Arias with 2 down in the top of the ninth. Stratton pitches, and Arias hits a chopper foul outside of third. After the game, the Nissan postgame show. Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today at nissanusa.com. Two balls, 2 strikes. Stratton taking his time, as so many pitchers are this time of the year. Timer down to 3. He pitches, and Arias takes the ball down and in. Back in Rhode Island, the number 2-year-old birthday cake is now complete. Elmo on the top. Eyeballs, orange nose.
Beautiful. Tomorrow? Is the big celebration?
Tomorrow.
2.
That is such a jerk.
Wow.
On the road for that, too. Here's the payoff, and Arias rips it into left field. That's a base hit. And what an at-bat there by Arias. He had a hanging slider and did not miss it. So the inning continues for Connor Wong, and Bruce Bochy is coming out to get Stratton out of this game. Boch does not move well these days. Not that he has in some time, but he's been doing too much of this lately, going to the bullpen and going to the mound to make changes. 4-2 Red Sox, 2 down, top 9. The Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
This call to the bullpen gives you a chance to check out all the great Ford SUV offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on the award-winning Ford SUV lineup that you won't see advertised anyplace else. Whether you plan to buy from your Ford dealer's inventory or custom order your new SUV, visit buyfordnow.com and see how much you can save. And then see your New England Ford dealers for your new SUV. Hey, Sox fans, there are a lot of reasons to love being a Ford owner. And now, Ford Pickup and Delivery is one more. Just tell your dealer when and where you'd like to have your Ford picked up, home or work. and we'll come get it, service it, and return it to you. Ford Pickup and Delivery is part of U-Mode, benefits made just for Ford owners. See your participating Ford dealer for important program details and terms and conditions. Ford, official partner of the Boston Red Sox.
Bruce Bochy has gone to his bullpen, get another left-handed arm. At the moment, my jaw is still on the floor watching that Kyle Schwarber home run that left everything in Atlanta. Just an absolute bomb for Kyle Schwarber, and he was his typical self, rounding the bases. 45 home runs for Kyle Schwarber. Amazing stuff from him. Brock Burke is the left-hander. He's been up a couple of times in the bullpen for the Rangers. He now comes in. So Montgomery, Smith, Stratton, and now Bruce Bochy trying to find something out of the bullpen and get them into the bottom of the ninth inning.
Well, this guy Brock Burke, he's seen his ERA go from 3.21 to 4.32 this month. Guys are hitting 444 off him in just 5 innings, 9 earned runs, 4 home runs. He's been a big part of the problem here for the Texas Rangers bullpen here this month.
Let's see if Connor Wong can cash in. Look, Trevor Story is a really good base runner. It really hurts that he got picked off at first, because I think he can tag at first and get to second on the Dahlbeck fly ball, and then probably score easily on the Arias hit. Here is Connor. He's brushed back with a fastball, 1-0. And I guess it's possible with only, in that spot there'd be one out. It's hit hard in the left. Maybe not for Trevor, but
well, I think he scores on that one because it was hit a little bit to the left out there of Carter. Got to go a little ways to left center.
As it is, it's 4-2 Red Sox. Here's the pitch, and Wong swings and fouls it back to the screen, and it's 1-1. Four runs on 8 hits for the Red Sox. The Rangers only 4 knocks. One of them was a home run in the first inning from Semien. He's driven in both their runs. The 1-1 to Connor is a strike, and it just wasn't. Connor's looking back to Buckner saying that was off the plate. But he's got to be thinking about Chris Martin in the bottom of this inning too, does Connor.
That's the job of the catcher. You really can't complain too much, especially when you got a 2-run lead. 3 outs to go.
1-2. Arias leads at first. The pitch is fouled off the end of the bat. Cedon Rafaela is out on deck.
I mean, that's part of the game. You got to wear it as a catcher a lot of times. No matter any point in the game, I mean, you could have some conversations with them politely, I guess, and then maybe continue it in the inning. And you have those ones like, hey, that one's off. I just saw it, by the way, and all this other stuff. But I want that one for my guy, right? And
1-2. Wong fouls it back. Connor, down in the state of Texas, in so many off seasons, worked with Nate Eovaldi, catching bullpens. They developed a real rapport. Connor talks about how Nate helped him too.
I got to the point where even when Wong came up, kind of up and down at times, when he was up here, he would catch Nate.
1-2 is a pop-up on the third base side, foul and actually out of play. Into the seats behind the plate, and Connor hangs in there 1-2.
We're safe from foul balls, I'll say that much. We are up here a ways, boy.
It might actually be physically impossible with the screen where it is. You'd have to hit it on such an angle to get into our booth, and hard. Like, you can't really hit a foul ball this far back.
I don't think you can.
1-2. Burke is ready. Looking to first, he throws, and Connor swings and misses. He is gone. The inning is over. Chris Martin going to try to save this thing when we come back. 4-2, bottom 9 next. Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Did you know that Cumberland Farms actually invented coffee? Well, genius, that's the sort of thing you might believe when you forget your morning cup. Don't forget, Cumby's coffee, any size, just $1.29.
Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
Si tiene pensamientos suicidas o una crisis mental o por consumo de sustancias, hay consejeros a su disposición. Llame o envíe un texto al 988 o chatee con nosotros en 988liveline.org. 988 significa ayuda para la salud mental.
What's up, everybody? I'm Danny Parkins, based out of Chicago. This is my buddy Andrew Filipponi. He's based out of Pittsburgh. You really got to check out our podcast, First and Pod.
Twice a week, we're going to break down the NFL after Thursday Night Football and Sunday Night Football. It's every team, it's every game, it's all 32 teams. We give you a complete picture, and we get into it. We don't kiss each other's fannies on this show.
New episodes of First and Pod available when you wake up every Monday and Friday morning throughout the football season in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
What if our resources protected themselves? What if 0 drops of water went to waste? Work with Black & Veatch, and what if is all you need to ask. We outfit what next with all sorts of efficiency.
Football is back, and so is Cash the Ticket. Jim Costa with Mike Valeni every week this fall. That's picks, parlays, and that sweet, sweet value on all the NFL and college football matchups.
This is the most on-demand podcast of on-demand podcasts. Here's what I mean, and this is something we believe in. If you want to cry and moan, oh, my timeline, it's flooded, grow up. Okay, first world problems. Every game is going to be broken down. Why? Let me tell you as a podcast listener. I don't want to sit through 17 random games. This isn't a hostage situation. Your time is valuable. You want to hear about Miami versus Duke, but you don't want to sit through Boston College v. Tech. Great. Hey, I got an app for that. Scroll the timeline. We're giving you what you want, when you want it, and very distilled fashion.
We're catered to you and the teams you love. That's Cash the Ticket. Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Red Sox Review after the game on 93.7 WEEI.
Well, a tale of two bullpens tonight. I mean, the Red Sox have gotten great stuff from Winkowski and Whitlock. And now to Chris Martin on a night where once again the Rangers have surrendered a lead after a good start from Jordan Montgomery. So Whitlock, that was just unbelievable. He needed 5 pitches to get 3 outs. Efficiency and then some. And now I think you could make a legitimate case, Lou, that this guy right here on the mound is having the best year of any relief pitcher in the sport.
Well, I don't think it's really any question. I mean, with the way this guy has been thrown, I know there's some guys that are right up there, a couple of them out in Baltimore. But what we've seen from Chris Martin has just been lights out.
Verdugo's in the game to play right field. Duvall moves over to left. And Alex Verdugo's like crouching in a stretch, I guess, to get loose out there. It's unusual. Martin is ready. He throws, and a fastball. Inside ball one. That's something else you talked about with Bruce Bochy. Not just teaching the game, but communicating when moves would be made, when you'd pinch hit, when you'd be going into the game to play defense. As Chris Martin has just been phenomenal throws, and Mitch Garver fouls one back, and it's quickly 1-1. In other words, you would have been running around and stretched out to get into the game.
Well, the National League for me, the first 10 days, 2 weeks, if my head was spinning, game would be over. I felt like I played 9. Because it was like, hey, if this guy gets on, we're going to double switch. If this guy gets out, we won't. But if the next hitter gets on, we may double switch again.
Here's a pitch that is a strike on the inside corner. Your head was also spinning because of the time you spent with Phil Nevin.
Yeah. Nev was on the IL, so there was some extracurriculars once you came out of the game.
Once you were out of the game, yeah. His trips to the clubhouse. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And time is called late by the hitter. Mitch Garver. That seemed to be a little late.
A little bit. You talk about Martin and just looking at some of the numbers that this guy has. I mean, it's ridiculous. Last 35 outings, 35. He's allowed 1 run, 0.28 ERA.
That will do.
1.09 ERA in the year.
That's outrageous. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him a fastball, and there's one away. Of course, Chris pitched here in 2018 and 19 before going to the Braves. What a remarkable career journey it's been for him, and truly, he's never been better.
No, and the quality of strikes that he throws is the remarkable thing, because every single hitter in this league knows he's not going to walk you, knows he's going to throw strikes, knows he's going to come at you. But first pitch on the paint.
And he also went to high school around the corner at Arlington High, so these are always special for him to be on this mound.
But it's just quality. People say just throw strikes. Well, you can't just throw strikes in this league. You can't throw the ball down the middle. You get absolutely hammered very quickly.
1-0 to Martin. The pitch is fouled back.
And instead, this guy, the strike zone box, he just lives on the white lines. Whether it's up, whether it's down, away, inside. And sometimes you can actually use your reputation against the hitter. Them thinking you're going to throw strikes, you can expand a little bit and get these guys to swing outside the zone.
1-1. The pitch is lined on the right side into the outfield. A base hit. Coming over is Rafaela. He picks it up and will hold Josh Young to a single. However, that means that in Adolis Garcia, just off the injured list, the Rangers bring the tying run to the plate.
What a boost for this Texas lineup, though, here tonight, starting tonight. Now, we'll see how, obviously that's a nice little swing there from Josh Young. But getting Young and Adolis Garcia back, that offense just wasn't the same, especially when Young left this lineup. Missed Garcia now for a few weeks as well.
He's 0 for 2 with a walk. The pitch is a strike on the inside corner. 34 homers, 100 driven in, 95 on the black.
I mean, that's just paint. You got a home run threat, 100 RBI guy, and you aggressive, you come at him with the fastball, but it's quality.
0-1. The pitch is fouled back. He does not get cheated, Adolis. 0-2. Chris with his red glove, standing tall on the mound, checks the runner at first. Salt and pepper beard. And now hitter Garcia is granted time. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and missed. He got him with a splitter. Out of the bottom of the zone. Garcia gone, and the Rangers are down to their last out.
I mean, that is just execution. He paints 95 on the inside black. He goes 97 on the upper outside quadrant. He gets him to foul it away, and then he goes splitter that just dives down in his hands.
Here's Jonah Heim. Pitch to him is swung on and missed. 96 miles an hour at the top of the zone. It's 0-1.
Right at the edge. Could have been a strike. Dahlbeck's playing a little bit behind Young right now with, obviously, that runner really doesn't mean anything, trying to get a little extra range with this lefty hitting.
2 down in the ninth. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. More perfection, and it's 0-2.
I mean, like the pitch chart with this guy, there's just not much down the middle of the plate. Everything's just on the black. 12 pitches, 10 of them strikes, and all 10 strikes are on the edges.
0-2 is a ground ball foul on the third base side.
Split.
Another splitter, and it's 0-2. Four to 2 Red Sox in the bottom of the ninth. 0-2 to Jonah Heim. Runner aboard at first. Chris Martin delivers. And a swing and a foul back at a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. So he elevated there. And Heim just got a piece. Does he go back to the splitter here?
They threw it to him earlier, gave him a look at it. He really can do a lot of things. He can come with that slider even down in his hands. Dangerous pitch to a lefty here, though. Keep it away from him.
0-2 on the infield to pull. The pitch is chopped foul. He did go to the splitter, and Heim, I think, did very well there to go down, get a piece of it, and stay alive. In case we go to extra innings, Aroldis Chapman is up and throwing for the Rangers. 4-2 Red Sox. 1 on, 2 out in the bottom of the ninth. Martin is ready, and he misses high with a fastball, 1-2. And by now, most people know Chris's amazing winding road to the mound here tonight. Tore his labrum in the end of his college time, not drafted independent ball, worked in appliance stores, out of baseball for years. 1-2 the pitch. Swing and a line drive foul, and it's, I think, probably a little emotional for him to be on the mound in a Red Sox uni in a ballpark that cannot be more than a couple miles away from where he went to high school.
Yeah, it's always special. You want to come out opportunity to close out this game as well. But Jonah Heim's putting a really good at-bat. He's fouled that 97 on the outside black. Just got a piece of it.
Another 1-2 is on the ground to third. Devers has it, goes the short way to second, in time, and the ball game is over. Back home, Chris Martin slams the door shut. Red Sox get a win that is crippling for the Rangers. 4-2 is the final. Cutter Crawford was great. Rob Refsnyder got the big swing, and the Red Sox bullpen did what the Rangers could not. They were dominant.
Well, this struggling Red Sox offense found exactly what they needed, and that's a Rangers bullpen that has been giving it up here all month long, and the Red Sox pull this one out late with 3 in the 8th. That's a good win here. This bullpen was outstanding. It was your guys, right? Winkowski, Whitlock, and then Martin.
They went for it, and they delivered. We'll take a very short break. Be back to begin the Nissan postgame show right after this in the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
You can forget your